Okay, I hit live now. All right. I don't know if that's gonna look weird on the vlog.
I'll let you know if it started.
Yeah. No,
Hopefully it did.
it should now. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I guess
I
we
hate
gotta.
that because sometimes you need to click live and sometimes you
Yeah.
don't. It's
Sometimes
super
you don't.
inconsistent.
All right. Well, here you go.
Uh,
Fresh
now,
start.
now I see it. Now I see it.
We have the second.
Hey,
We
how's
have
it
the
going?
second start. Thank you everybody for popping by. We were just saying a bunch of stuff, and then and nobody heard it. But maybe it's in the VOD. Maybe it's in the VOD. I hope it's in the VOD.
Hopefully it's in the VOD. That's all that matters.
Hopefully all that beautiful commentary was saved. Hello, Enderboss.
Welcome everybody. Yeah, we had a problem. We didn't click the live button. That was it. But now we are here. Nice to see everybody, especially Swack and Kaji.
A little bit behind, but it's fine. It's not like I've ever had a consistent schedule, anyways. We're chilling. This is on time. Anyone who thought it was supposed to happen 15 minutes ago, they're wrong.
That's
you just
the beauty of a
misread it.
chill stream.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
it is whenever it needs to happen.
Yeah, this is actually the exact right time that it was supposed to happen.
Yes.
I was guided by the universe into making it happen the way that happened.
The stars finally went into alignment.
Oh.
So it looks like 00 City is popping.
Yeah. So where are you? I'll meet up with you. And
I'm just gonna try and find a way into the city and meet you somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm collecting wood right now because I saw one of those floating trees and the OCD kicked in. Oh, I see. It's not done. I'm going back in. The tree is still alive.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how the city's looking. Last stream with Fast Vincent, I started doing a bit of restoration of the dirt around the spawn area, and I think it actually looks kind of hospitable now instead of like a crater.
Let's go.
And
you actually might be interested in knowing Swag actually did participate in a little bit of the building of this place. I forgot about that. Me and him did a video together.
Oh yeah. I that was the unlisted video, right? I like that video.
Yeah. I need to try doing that stuff again. That's just good. Time consuming though.
Dude,
a little bit
this
awkward.
castle area, this city is crazy. You did such a good job with that. You got you and Swack making this like I felt like there was real lore in all that to this whole like building, and then like it got destroyed and you rebuilt it anyways, and like that was crazy. Like,
yeah, I love the idea of just the city that organically keeps growing itself like a forest over time.
Yeah. Dude, I like that where it's like the damage gets put into the build, you know, like you've got the crater and then you've got like the city, and then the city just builds over and under and inside of the crater, and it just slowly everything gets like more and more. I love it.
The interior is probably mostly unscathed if the surface is looking as nice as it does.
Yeah. The like what wasn't, I don't think there's been any further destruction since you stopped playing, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the server has slowed down quite a bit, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it has. This is actually part of my like grassroots campaign to get people to play on it here. I want to incorporate, like famous internet guests with like this server.
Mr. Epic is going to be on here next. Let's go.
At some point, if he's interested, I'm gonna reach out to him at some point too. But like it's mostly just like this is gonna be the background location. When it's happening, you don't need to look at the visuals. You're just listening to the podcast-esque experience. I see it.
I see.
And,
let's go.
It just happens to be here, so it like doubles as like kind of like that. I don't know. And also, the actual, I wanted to make something like these streams are a little more like informational than like the average stream of mine.
Oh well, that.
Okay,
he's still alive. Look at that. You could have killed him. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He's walking back. I killed him.
Oh,
dude, he literally turned around trying to like smack me. I can't imagine.
Why are there sounds? I don't have any sounds.
Pablo is still intact. I don't know who.
Do you remember what the refresh button is for Minecraft?
F. Oh, I think it was. It used to be the letter A. Used to be the letter F to change your render distance, but they changed that so that I don't think there is a refresh. I don't know.
Sorry, I just left for a second.
It's all good. It's all good.
My parents were engaging in discourse with me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm clicking all the F buttons.
That's the closest thing to like actually you were gone for a second that I've ever experienced.
I triggered cinematic camera moment. Oh gee.
Oh no. Oh, the F8? Yeah, let's. Oh, I'm gonna be streaming with that from now on.
Dude, F8 is incredible.
It is a beautiful thing. Did they remove it in newer versions?
Maybe. What about changing? Sometimes if you change settings with the video, then you can refresh it, which is nice.
Oh, okay. It's probably one of the F5, F6. Okay, I can't do PvP with this though.
What happened? I just lagged for a second.
Okay, so it's according to Enderboss, it's still a thing in Minecraft. He uses it for his videos all the time. So.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. Actually, Key, you're in the chat still, right? If Key's in the chat, I'm curious. Have you finally started working on your videos? I remember months ago you were saying you were going to start trying to make videos on your channel.
Oh.
You got to get on that, man.
Yeah, dude, you got to create. It's a necessity.
Don't be just a consumer. Don't just consume media. That makes you the product.
You need to become a part of lamestream media instead of just passively enjoying it. All right, how dare you?
Yeah, we're just gonna trash you in the chat now.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
you're taking all the L's. I don't even. This is an interesting little section of the place. Yeah. So let's say for people who don't know who the Bread Pirate is, could you give like a simple example of what it is, a description of what you do online, who you are, that kind of thing.
So I make videos about the Legend of Zelda series, and my specific focus within that genre of gaming is fact content. I like to tell stories about how the Zelda series was formed. I like to share trivia that people didn't know, and sometimes discover things myself and then share my discoveries in my YouTube videos. Like in the recent Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, there's a lot of mechanical intricacies that people don't know about yet, and I try and discover stuff that I can then share with people. Like, hey, how does this boulder fall differently? Is its gravity like 5 meters faster? Why is that? Let's figure it out. And then I do it in a bit of a storybook format. It's good.
I like it. I went and I watched like a bunch more of your videos in the process of just like knowing that I'm up to date on what you're up to, you know, because like yeah, sometimes I fall out of touch, you know. You gotta know what your guest does, you know, and you know I do actually watch your videos like casually as well, but you know.
Naturally. I mean, hey, I'm very guilty of the same thing. I can't keep up with every YouTuber I love watching. In fact, more so recently, because I recently noticed I was getting addicted to the product.
Yeah, same.
I had to cut back on it, so I got this Google Chrome extension called Unhook, which allows for me to disable different aspects of the YouTube UI. And I disabled the recommended feed, the home page, shorts, and the subscribe feed, in fact.
Oh my goodness.
So now I'm only getting notifications if I have the notification bell on for a YouTuber. And then occasionally I'll turn it off and check, oh, did any major videos get released? I probably should check.
Okay. I've actually just Googled that right now. I am going to be doing that because I have such a huge problem with my consumption of YouTube. And I'm like addicted to it, you know, like to like a specific like just kind of like video that is just like where somebody talks about something for like a while, and then I just listen to it in the background, you know, and it's like a complete like most of it is like there's certain videos where I'm like this is actually good, and I'm like this is a good use of my time. Other stuff it's like I'm just watching garbage because I just can't help but like you know. Fill my mind with trash YouTube content, and I'm like, what am I doing? I should be watching more Bread Pirate videos. Why I'm watching YouTube drama?
Oh my god!
Like stuff.
Oh gosh, no, yeah, I noticed the same thing, and oftentimes I don't regret it when I'm doing it. I'm like, this is fun, but I still think I should reduce it a little bit more. Like I recently watched a 5-hour video over the course of several days, not in one setting, from. This guy named Frederick who does Down the Rabbit Hole.
Oh, that guy. Was it about the
EVE Online?
Yes.
I was blown away because I love stories of games where it's driven by the players and not this artificial thing created by the company.
Yes.
And that is EVE Online in a nutshell. This giant space odyssey where players are moving the economy themselves and generating their own wars and trying to gain as much land as possible. It's just it's crazy.
Do you need food?
I love that. I kind of do.
There's actually still a farm somewhere in here that you can get some food from as well. Okay. But I'll also give you some sustenance once I get out of the city. Enderbross says, I noticed your channel's icon and banner turned from green to blue recently. So what's
That
up
is
with that?
true.
I did notice that too when I was doing this thumbnail. I was like, oh, it's green, and I'm gonna make a green thumbnail, and then you're like blue, and I'm like, huh, time to
Oh
rethink
yeah,
how I'm gonna
did you
make
change
this.
that for the thumbnail? That did not even register in my mind.
I
Oh yeah, you did.
well, I just used your thing. I was expecting a green logo, and I was like, so how do I make like this green? And I'm like, oh, I guess I got to emphasize the blue. What caused the change in that logo?
Yeah, so recently, actually, I think it started last year. I noticed that, hey, my logo is pretty simple and I could change it really easily on a dime if I ever need to. I'm going to make winter and fall themed logos for my channel.
Mm.
So the avatar that you're seeing is just my winter theme for it because it's blue.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's like, and what's the fall one? Is it like orange or something?
The fall one was orange, yeah, which confused a lot of people because that's also the theme that I did after my channel got hacked.
Oh.
That was fun. That was a good time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So what's that? I've never had a channel of mine, or actually, I've never been hacked. So that's not true. Actually, my laptop got hacked when I was like a child, but
Ew.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it was all my fault. It was a moment of incredible laziness on my part. I was looking through my emails, and I get sponsorship offers all the time from companies I just generally dislike. But I saw one from a company I actually do like, Bethesda. You know, maybe their games are a bit janky, but I am a sucker for Fallout. And although I've never played Skyrim, I love hearing stories about it.
I see.
So
Yes.
I decided, like, hey, you know, this is a good company. I kind of like to check the sponsorship out. I skimmed the email really quickly, and they had like media kit that you could download with information about what the sponsorship would entail. I think it was Starfield, because Starfield was still like something they were trying to push and advertise. I checked it out. The media kit didn't have any virus when I opened it at first, and I'm like, this is cool. I like this. And then they had a screensaver file there with that said it was a PDF. But the fact it was a screensaver file was hidden in the code there. I clicked it, and screensaver files are notoriously very dangerous to open because they can hack your computer.
Screensaver files. So
Yeah, it's an
what's that?
SVC file, I think. Screensaver? No, I don't remember what it's called exactly. But I clicked that, and that hacked my computer. I didn't even notice until an hour later when I was like, I can't log into YouTube. That's not normal.
Ah, damn.
And started freaking out. But I really think kept my composure pretty well. Partly because I've been training to be more like Technoblade for a long time. And Technoblade, I'm like, what would Technoblade do? And I'm like, oh, he'd laugh it off. Okay, cool. This is fine. Everything's good. And then secondly, I realized like, hey, even if my channel does go under, I really enjoy the process of making a new channel. There's something really thrilling about that, fighting against the
algorithm.
big man, yeah, battling against the big man, pushing to get recognized. So I was like, you know, I mean, if it does go under, not the biggest deal, but I have faith that YouTube will fix this problem.
Alrighty, that's a good
and
mindset.
It was well-placed faith. YouTube, for all of their downs, such as like removing dislikes and annotations, they've done a lot to help their creators when their creators are in fishy situations. They had a team that was ready to help me out. I told them what happened, and they were like, boom, 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 go onto Twitter. Here's a link that can help you. We're going to get you set up so that you get your account back. And within 24 hours, I got it back.
Dude, that's a great like situation like that you know they got back to you so quickly. Like recently, a friend of mine, Lord Pasta, got his channel completely deleted by YouTube as well, and
Oh, deleted by YouTube.
Yeah, and for violating like terms of service things, which is like it was like I think people like said some stuff on a live stream, or like he defended veganism, and then like they deleted him because he like was using like he was like comparing like would you eat a chicken should like if you think that the reason you shouldn't like eating animals is right or wrong or whatever is because they're not as intelligent, you know, like it's fine because they're not so intelligent, then it's like would you eat a human being if they you know had an IQ
special
that was
needs
lower?
or something.
Yeah, where they actually have like the mental capacities of like a you know an animal or something, or like a small like you know.
That's a legitimate debate though.
Yeah,
that's
and
a
it's
good
like,
thing to bring up.
And he was bringing it in defense of like, no, obviously you wouldn't do that, you know. But I think YouTube interpreted that like maybe with robots or something as like, You are
Like, this guy's eating children and with
yeah,
special needs.
yeah.
What? Yeah, that could be taken as bad if an AI didn't have the inflection.
Well, exactly. So it's like he got his channel removed. He got strikes for other stuff, and I will say that there are like things on his channel that probably, like, especially the live streams, like, that aren't said by him but by people who will join the live streams, you know, like trolls or whatever, and they'll say stuff that they, you know, shouldn't. But it's like YouTube doesn't really specify what got him banned. So all we know is like that a video got removed, a live stream was removed. But luckily, like, I've gotten like a less black pilled over it, because he got his channel reinstated, and YouTube was like, actually, like, that's our bad. And it's like, that's
wow, that's incredible.
That's like,
okay.
I've never heard of that happening. Someone who gets unfairly banned by YouTube for, like, you know, like, well, I forget what it was. It was like discriminating or something. And it's like, Pasta's not that guy. He doesn't, you know, he's like a very nice dude. So it's like, clearly that's not a true thing of him that he did, because he didn't.
Well, I'm really glad that happened. You know, I've never heard of a story of somebody being banned by YouTube and coming back either.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like he's a tiny channel, like 1,000 subscribers, right? Like my level. And it's like, that is like, that's you get banned, you're gone, you know. You're never seen again. But no, they actually helped him out. They got his channel unbanned within a day. Like, I had written and recorded a video basically in defense of Pasta, just before, and in just like an hour before I posted, or even less, he got his channel back, which is great.
But you wasted all your time then.
Yeah, I was like sick too. I was like super sick, and I felt terrible. Like, I felt awful, like, just writing and recording all that. I didn't write it, I mean, like, recording and editing, and, like, you know, I was like mad, but I'm like very violently ill that day. And then I'm like, this is important, I got to get the word out. And then it turns out I didn't need to say anything. But that was actually, that's good. Like, I've never seen some YouTube really take a decision like that back. So
I think a lot of it is that recently, this isn't necessarily their fault. There's been a lot of hacking going on of YouTube, because YouTube is a very large market, and there are a lot of, like me, people who are idiotic and don't pay attention to what they're doing. So they can prey on that.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll just take these emails and spam them out to a ton of different people in hopes that at least one of them falls for it. It's not a, you know, keyed in effort on one channel. If it were, here's the thing. If that were what the hackers were doing to my channel, they would have also altered my secondary channels, but they didn't. They just went for the biggest channel that had the most money, and then it.
What was it doing? Was it like it turned you into like an Elon Musk like AI?
Yeah. So this is the premise of the joke that I hate foxes on my channel. My channel was turned into a Fox News live stream that was supporting Bitcoin, which listen, I like Fox News. Like it or not, it doesn't normally, like, the company doesn't normally go around promoting Bitcoin. So this is already like this fishy on top of fishy.
That's funny.
Unfortunately, though, yeah, that's what happened. But I'm trying to figure out how to make fences. I'm having a brain fart. This version is different, isn't it?
They changed the crafting recipe. It's you need 2
sticks.
blocks of wood, and then 2 sticks in the middle, and then 2 blocks of wood.
No. This one is
all sticks?
It's just sticks. All sticks.
Oh, okay.
This version.
Maybe that was that's like a fence.
Thankfully, YouTube came to my defense and got rid of it. But that was the freakiest part about it. Just seeing like, oh gosh, my like livelihood and branding is now turned into a live stream for cryptocurrency.
That's really the
probably
pinnacle
the worst
of
part about it.
Your career. You peaked.
Yeah.
You peaked when you got hacked and promoted crypto. You can't top it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's also the reason my channel became orange afterwards. I was like, well, I guess my channel's owned by foxes now. Let's make it orange themed.
Is it just a joke, or do you actually have a problem with the animal, the fox animal?
I don't want to be taken out of context as liking foxes, so I won't answer that. But I will say this: the amazing, or what is it? The Fantastic Mr. Fox is a movie I'm very fond of.
Okay.
Yeah. So the animosity might be more ambiguous.
It's more ambiguous. There's a there's a gray zone. There's a gray area.
Yeah, yeah,
a certain appreciation of certain kinds of things.
yeah. Maybe it's that the bread pirate is jealous of Fox's being a more successful pirate than he is. Could be that. Like a what do you call that? A professional jealousy.
Professional jealousy.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. As far as like the hacking goes, have you taken any like precautionary measures to make sure that doesn't happen again? Is there anything that you're doing now differently that you that it's only changed because of this incident?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I now have what do you call it? A malware detecting software. So every link I open up now is being checked by that before I click on anything, and it'll flag stuff that looks sketchy. And if something does sketchy come up, it'll delete it immediately. That's been phenomenal. And
Okay.
I do see the effects of it with like it detecting things that I didn't even know could potentially be scammy are being prevented. So I think that's a good first step.
Is this a paid program?
It is a paid one, although you can use it for free. It's Malware Bytes.
Malware bytes.
You could use
I
it for
feel like
free
I've heard
to
that.
scan whenever you want, but it won't do the real-time protection unless you actually pay for it. And I'm paying for real-time protection to be doubly safe.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Now there are other softwares you can get. Some people don't trust Malware Bytes. I personally do trust Malware Bytes because the difference between a lot of these softwares that prevent malware from getting on your computer are marginally different from one another. Another one that some people swear by is Kaspersky. But when I heard, my family used Kaspersky in the past, and we had lots of problems with it because number one, it's owned by Russia. It's a Russian company, which is kind of sketchy. And number two, Kaspersky slows down computers because it eats up a lot of RAM for some reason.
Yeah.
Malwarebytes is the best middle ground. I like it.
I think
And it's not owned by a Russian company. Let's go.
Yeah. Because I've heard of that. I've heard of Malwarebytes before, and I think I was using it to scan files to see if they had viruses in them, and then they would say that some of the, like, because it scans it with like a bunch of different methods, right? And then it like tells you- yeah, and then they would say that it did in certain places get detected as a virus, and then I would use the program anyways.
Yeah, sometimes you just ignore it because you're like, oh no, wait, no, I know this project. This isn't a hack. This is
I wasn't even that certain. I was just like, I'm gonna use it anyway.
Yeah.
I was being I'm taking big risks. We take big risks here on this Aplo.
As YouTubers, yeah.
Casual.
Our whole career is
existence.
just one big. I mean, really, all of YouTube, if you want to turn it into a career, is one big risk. Like right now,
guess
my
that's
channel
true.
is. I'm kind of gambling against the passage of time, fighting against it to keep my channel profitable at this point, because now that the Zelda community is very much shrunk after the new Zelda game, there is a bit more competition to get views.
It's more cutthroat.
It's more cutthroat. Yeah, nah, not really cutthroat. The success of one YouTuber is the success of everybody.
That's true.
because
Yeah.
because it generates more engagement with the
interest.
community,
Yeah.
more interest. Yeah, exactly. But you have to be more creative against the other things on the platform that are eating up interest, like
That's
Baldur's Gate or the Spider-Man game. You got to find ways of competing with the other games that are out there.
To be fair, it's not like a. What did I say? I had a point. It's gone.
Were you gonna say something
can-
about like Zelda being like a game you would like join once and then it's like, okay, I'm done.
No, I was gonna say that like as far as like that goes, it being more like having to be more creative, I don't think that's particularly like a bad thing. You know, that's really like pushing your boundaries. It's making you into a better creator. You know, like
Yeah,
tough
yeah,
times
exactly.
make you know, I don't know. There's a saying, but
Limitation breeds creativity is
that
one
kind
that I
of
like.
thing. Yeah, where it's like now it's really do or die. You know, you got that fire under you to keep you going.
Yeah, yeah, and I personally I think that's enthralling. I love that feeling of you got to fight against it. The problem is the best way to do it for my channel is by making these longer videos that will take longer, and I
Yeah.
don't get as excited for that kind of stuff as I do for the periods of time where I can goof around and make videos that are more about what do I feel interested in at this moment. I like it when I'm able to do that.
I see.
But
Yeah.
beggars aren't choosers. I got to take it as I am able to.
That's
Do whatever
true.
I can.
Uh,
YouTube is a privilege, right? It's not a right to have it as a job.
That's true. like, so you've centered your channel like entirely around just Zelda topics. Is there like a particularly interest, like a particular reason why you focused on just Zelda and not like other games? Like, because like you said, there's like a lowering demographic for like interest in, or at least viewers, you know. And it's like, wouldn't it be better almost to diversify your assets? Or are you planning to do that at any point, or do you just think that it's like it's not a big deal? Like, you're just not interested in talking about other things. Like, what's the reasoning behind that?
There's always this is a phenomenal question. Wow, did you write these down beforehand?
No.
Wow. Okay. I love this one. Okay, so I think that diversification is great if you are a personality YouTuber. YouTubers can be fit into two categories: ones that center their content around their personality, or ones that center it around a product. And the dream of every YouTuber is to be a personality one, because then you can make whatever the heck you want, like Markiplier does, and you'll have millions of views, right? That's the dream.
Yeah.
But the problem is nobody cares who you are when you're starting off. You have to have something that you start with and then get to the diversification. So, right, if Jimmy over here just started YouTube and he wants to make like a reaction video to FNAF, I'm not watching that. Are you going to watch this, Saplo?
I see. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't.
No,
Sorry,
you don't
Jimmy.
care about Jimmy. Jimmy could be doing the best job he can, and it still won't matter. However, let's say Jimmy makes like an analysis on the literature of I don't know, FNAF, and then he like turns that into like his whole channel's focus. It's like just FNAF. I don't even know if you like FNAF. Let's assume you like FNAF.
Let's assume I know. I am in there. Yeah, I'm deep in the FNAF lore. You don't
You're
even know.
deep in the FNAF lore. Then you're like, oh dang, this guy is providing something unique. I can only get it here, and I can consistently rely on him to get it to me.
I see.
This is somebody I'm going to keep watching. So another way of putting it is, would you go to a pizzeria to buy car tires? No.
Yeah, exactly,
you gotta develop consistency first. Then over time become the supermarket that you want to become, like Walmart.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the question for me is, am I to the point where I can start doing that? Like, can I, the Bread Pirate, become a variety YouTuber? Do I have enough of a personality to pull it off? And I have no idea. But I'm not really interested in it at this point because, number one, I love the Zelda series. Number two, I love the Zelda community because it's one of the most wholesome on the internet. There's very rarely toxicity amongst people there. And I'm also very invested in the community. I know a lot of people in it. I'm good friends with many of them, the other YouTubers. So for me to just abandon it would feel very weird and I think disingenuous. So I'm going to be sticking for it for a long time.
Okay.
I'm also not done with ideas. I have too many ideas to go through.
I've had that issue where I have like a lot of like, well, not even, it's a good issue to have where you have so many ideas you just can't do them all.
Yep. But if I stick around to the community long enough, hopefully I will eventually get to all of them. But we'll see.
I definitely think you could do personality content. I think you could make that gap if you wanted to. I think you could do that, but still do Zelda videos and still make it more personality focused. You know, like you did that Zelda challenge video. I like that. The one where you were looking for those. I think they were seeds. Like I'm not super familiar with the Zelda one, but yeah, I thought that was a good video, and I feel like that was more of a personality based approach to the video sphere, you know?
You know, that's a fair point. There is one YouTuber in the community I love. He's named Croton. Me and him have talked in the past about our differences, the differences in the content we make, and he pointed out that I am the closest thing you can be to a variety content creator in the Zelda platform, because I seemingly can get away with whatever I want to, as long as it's about Zelda. So maybe there isn't even a need for me to branch out because I'm already in a really flexible position. Why not just stick with something that's working good?
Yeah, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know?
yeah, exactly.
It's also
Zelda games I'm nostalgic for. So
you can always branch out at some point. You know, you can always, because it's like this is a skill. If you're doing branch out topics, but with this particular, like, you know, just in Zelda, you can totally branch off into other games. You know, like. I'm sure there are lots of games that you probably want to talk to, you at least are interested in, you know, that aren't just Zelda. You could totally talk about it. that's one way. If you ever wanted to, it's always a door that's never closed. You know.
That's true. That's true. You
That
know, another
is.
thing which is really nice. Oh,
Mhm.
sorry. You
Oh
were
no
gonna
no
go.
no, you got it.
The other thing which is really nice about
Mhm.
the Zelda games is that I can oftentimes rope them into other games if I
Mhm.
want to, as just a silly one-off video. For instance, I was recently playing this game called Death Road to Canada. It's like Oregon Trail but with zombies,
Mm.
and I named all of my party members after Zelda ones. Everybody who's a Zelda fan will immediately pick up on the fact that they're named after Zelda characters, and
Mhm.
that almost makes it like a substitute for a Zelda game. So I can branch out a little bit in funny ways like that.
That's good. That's good. Exactly.
Yeah, or like Civilization. Do you know that one?
I think so. I think so. It's like one of those like kind of like
Grand
a board
strategy.
game. Yeah, strategy
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Or another one would be Minecraft. Like I did
Mhm.
a video on Minecraft. What was it? It was the Zelda series being built in Minecraft. And there's even another YouTuber named Grazzy who has made that as his entire brand. So
Yeah, there was a
lots of
guy who did Bloodborne, you know that game, all in Minecraft, and it's like his entire channel is like about making that entire game in
Ooh.
Minecraft, like as a modded playable experience, and it's like really, really impressive and cool, really inspirational. Even though like I don't really do Minecraft builds or much Minecraft these days, but it's like that's just like cool creativity where you're mixing multiple kind of genres and whatnot.
No kidding. That's awesome.
hmm
Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's I forget what his name is, but he's a good channel. He gets my recommendation. That dude is actually insane. Don't do much Minecraft these days. It's true. It's true. I don't do much Minecraft these days. I don't do much video games.
No, you kind of grow out of that a little bit as you get older because
Yeah.
you need to use your time to get money to
Exactly.
actually get the games. So you have to balance it out.
It's just the thing. I've never realized. Like I realized this like a only like kind of recently where I'm like I'm not a big gamer. Like I don't like video games. I can only like when I play a video game, I only play Minecraft or I play like a IO game shooter because it's just like I want something I can idle away my time, but I don't want to. I don't like the movie experience where you have like some sort of like. Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's like something I get like it's like I have to really pay attention to it. I like a game where I can just kind of like zone out and just do it, you know. And it's like Minecraft is perfect for that. I've never needed another game.
I've been
I ha-
actually I've been having my own soul searching too. I've been trying to find games that
Hmm.
are shorter because I realized that shorter games really pique my interest more recently. I remember them better afterwards than the longer games I play.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of almost like the well, it's not quite that, but it's like like long versus short, or like binge versus like elongated like show watching. Like I have
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Do you watch it in chunks? Or do you
I
watch it
have
all
a
at once?
consumption problem. Like I think my lack of being able to get into video games mostly has to do with like I like to watch like a YouTube video and do a game. Like I've got that ADHD can't focus on anything kind of brain. So it's like if I have something I can half listen to half something else and do half of another thing. It's like you can't do that if there's a plot and a story to this game that I should really pay attention to, you know? And I feel like I'm losing out on experiences because of that. I
That is a big problem in our society, just in general.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
attention
it is.
spans
Oh,
being
it's
shorter and shorter and shorter. So we
so
can't suffer through the boredom to get to the
boredom
thing that
is so
ends
important.
up being it's important. It helps us get to the thing that's more fulfilling.
And I would say like making YouTube videos is the most fulfilling thing that I do. And I mean like I do other videos, but I barely post on my channel, right? So it's like well I'm so like sacrificing my my video production and true fulfillment with a nice product I can look back on to just consume other people's thing and become the product. And it's like
Yeah.
I guess I
And
kind
yeah,
of
you're allowed to watch other people's stuff.
oh yeah,
right?
but it's just in moderation or in an amount where you're not like subtracting from your own ability to make things, like
Yeah.
obviously it's good to be like healthily informed about other people, what's going on. If you're not plugged into the cultural zeitgeist, there's a bit of a disconnect there. You want to stay on top of things, but there's an overconsumption of media that is not healthy.
Yeah. You got to balance it out. Server's gonna reset in 15 minutes. Oh dear.
Yeah, oh, it's fine. Nothing bad happens from it. Just is an automatic restart for like RAM consumption or something. Trying to hop on
okay,
the
that's
server,
good.
but the launcher seems to contain every beta except 1.9. This server is on release 1.4.2. This 1.4.2. So.
Oh snap! Yeah. Okay.
you don't
Yeah.
even need to
The
do
description
beta.
is not updated.
Is the description of this stream wrong? Am I dumb?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What beta? I'm so sorry about that. This 1.4.2. I thought that was all. I thought I had it on right. No wonder. Amateur moment. Amateur moment. It should be fixed now. I feel like games aren't as immersive as they used to feel. Still sometimes feel it, but obviously when you're younger, it's easier. That's true. I think it is a youth versus old kind of scenario there, though, because it's like when you're older, you have more distractions, and it's hard, and there are more things that are like you've seen before, right? So it's harder to get invested. But I was thinking, let's take the discussion back to like your channel and stuff. But how do you take that like lack of motivation you can get, where your attention span gets lower and you start prioritizing other things? How do you deal with that, and how do you make so many quality videos so frequently and consistently?
Dude, I wish I knew.
What's the secret?
What's the secret juice?
Yeah.
Is there a secret juice? Gotta think about that for a second. How do I do that?
Like, if it helps, what's your process when you like from idea, or like how you get the idea to the final video and like making the thumbnail and the title and the whole process of editing and recording? Like, what's the step-by-step, the play-by-play of each of your videos?
Well, the first part is obviously the ideas process, and I don't think people often enough acknowledge the ideas process as a vital part of it. Right? They're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make YouTube videos. It's gonna be great, and they don't think like, oh, what do I make? What would actually get people's attention? So I mean, it starts there, and usually once I have an idea that I think is cool, that's enough passion to keep me going. Usually, it's not 100% certain, but it's pretty certain. Like for instance, I had a video recently about birds that I was really passionate about. I thought, hey, it'd be kind of funny to rank every bird in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's do that. And at that point, it didn't matter too much how bored I might be during the process. I was just kind of tickled by the idea, like, I could do this. Let's do it. I want to create this thing. Yeah, how do I get through that mode? Yeah, how do I do that?
Do you ever like find yourself getting like distracted while you're working on something, or do you
Oh
have
yeah,
you
yeah.
had...
So, that always happens.
How do you get back on track with that?
So sometimes, oh gee, sorry, I'm about to be attacked by skeletons.
It's all good. It's all good. We're chilling.
Oh, this might be bad.
Die.
I might, because there are furnaces on the ground. I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
I'm about to die. Yeah,
No.
okay.
R.I.P.
Unfortunately, I ran into a room with a lot of furnaces, so I couldn't set blocks down to protect myself.
Oh, I'm being tailed by 1,000 mobs now, dude. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
nice. Nice.
These,
yeah, there's a labyrinth underneath this city that I've completely forgotten about.
Yeah, that's like one of the coolest parts of this build. So yeah, for people who are wondering, this build is like majority made by Bread Pirate. So he's got like tunnels and everything, and there's like cafes and...
Oh, and there's stuff I don't know about. Like that furnace room, I've seen it before, but I have no idea who created it. It's existed there, I think, before 00 City existed. And it for a while it had a swastika design on the floor, which I got rid of. But
who made that? Oh, probably Barris.
Probably Barris.
Yeah, probably him.
The entire floor is made of furnaces, and there was lava everywhere. But I tried to get rid of that a little bit because it seemed dangerous for mining.
Oh, there was like this one like thing that's like a furnace, and every time I go in there, it's so dark. Like it's supposed to be atmospheric, but all the mobs just spawn, and then you die in there, and you can't. And there's lava like on the side because it's lit. It's like lit by lava. And it's just like it's not bright enough.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, how do I get through the boring parts? One thing is I take frequent breaks.
So I
don't push myself too hard.
Like
yeah.
So how like
and making sure
one video, how many days of like counting breaks or whatever? When you start a project, how long does it take to finish it? You know.
It varies widely depending on the type of project. There are some videos I can complete in a day. For instance, I made a very quick analysis video on the DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. I had the information at hand. I knew how I was going to analyze it, and I didn't write a script. I just used an outline, and I beat that video down in, I think, 36 hours.
36 hours over the course of how many days? Like
2 days.
What was 2 days? Oh.
It wasn't 36 hours of work. It was like within 36 hours of starting that project, it was done.
Wow. That's
so like I can do that sometimes in moments where I'm extremely
interested.
Like,
you got the hyper
interested in the topic, and I think there's urgency to it. Other times, I have a video project which I know would be interesting, but it ends up being very ambitious with research. And I start thinking about how all the pieces are going to get put together, and I freeze, and I don't even want to touch the project anymore.
Dude, the freezing, it gets me so bad.
When that happens, I just have to move on and go to a different project and come back to it later. But that makes it even harder the next time you try and go to it. One project like that right now is my pronunciation video. I created a video not too long ago about the pronunciation of a certain monster in the Zelda series. Or I started research on a video about that not too long ago. This skeleton I'm gonna die to a skeleton again. This is bad.
It do be that nighttime travel.
It do be that nighttime travel. Yeah, I wanted to make a video about the pronunciation of the word bokoblin in the Zelda series. Or is it bokoblin?
Okay.
Bokoblin, bokoblin, or bokoblin. There's a bunch of pronunciations that people use. And I wanted to make a video, what is the most accurate pronunciation? What's the pronunciation you should use? Because it's never been stated in any of the games. And for that video, I ended up interviewing ex-Nintendo employees. It was like this huge project.
What?
Yeah. There's these two employees named Kit and Krista who used to run their own series at Nintendo, a podcast for fans of Nintendo. But they left after one of the branches of Nintendo shut down. On good terms, it wasn't a bad thing. Yeah. And now they tell stories of their time with the company. And they were willing to sit down with me for about 15 minutes and do an interview about it. And I just am overwhelmed by the project. Partly because I know what I want to get across, but I don't know how to say it.
Oh. I see what you're saying there. I find like if I'm struggling with like maybe like a presentation style, and oftentimes like do you have someone you like have like review your videos and like see drafts before you post them?
Actually, no, not at the moment. I used to, but after a certain while, I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't need a review. I just need to get this out fast because I'm desperate for views.
No, that's fair. I
watched my own video like 5 times.
Exactly.
Or
I have 5,000 times. I know exactly how it's supposed to be. This is exactly.
Yeah.
I don't do that for my own channel most of the time, but I find like if you're having like an issue, with like how to tell a story, oftentimes like talking to like your peers or somebody else who is maybe even consulting someone who you respect as like a storyteller, can help. Like they can just say a word. Sometimes I'll have like friends of mine or like people I know, and I'll talk to them about something, and then they'll pop out an idea that's just so good on how to do something that I'm like, oh, I got to do it this way now. This is like actually perfect, and it's like something I would just not really have come up to like in that way, because they've got like slightly different perspective from you, but like that was actually the perspective that like needed that push of new inspiration. I don't know.
Yeah. It comes back to that funny little thing that YouTube doesn't want us doing, but is important for getting breaks and getting ideas. People.
Yeah.
It all comes back to people eventually.
That's true. Being socialized.
I was going to mention that earlier. I didn't quite fit it in, but yeah, I think that people being in fellowship with people, just being around people, can give you a great amount of. He spawned in a cheese grater. Nice.
What?
It can give you a great amount of. What's the word?
Inspiration.
Stress relief. Inspiration. Yeah, I mean, just to name anything. I mean, really, just being with people is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing. You do have to balance it eventually with like getting the work done, but
yeah,
if you have to choose between the two, I would choose people.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like it's like you don't wanna fall off in that like social. You don't want to become somebody who talks to no one and just stays in their room all the time, you know. And it's like, sure, maybe you get a lot of work done or something, but you start to go a little crazy. I think a lot of like YouTube horror stories happen when people like are eccentric personalities isolate themselves for too long from other people, and they lose they're not socialized properly and they're just alone, you know. It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like toughing it out on your own is not as good of a like, you know, like the people like glorify, you know, like I did it all by myself, I'm all on my own, but it's like it doesn't actually invalidate, you know, your struggle if you struggle with people, you know.
Whoa, that's a good thought. That's deep. Do you have a poster that I can buy?
A poster? Yeah, I got that from my current employer. He's big on that self-improvement like mindset, that healthy community vibes.
What do you do for a job at the moment?
Well, I mean, it's like a part-time job, but I work for a YouTuber as an editor. So, Gokanaru on YouTube, and I make his videos, some of them.
Right. I remember you saying that you had that. So you've been doing that job for
like a year now.
It's been a year now, right? Yeah.
You know, it's funny. He still hasn't uploaded any of them.
No.
He does. That server restarted. He does like live streams weekly, and then he has a clips channel where he like turns it into like drama schlop. But I would say it's higher quality drama schlop than the average person. Because what he'll do is he'll take like a dumb YouTube topic, right? And then he'll cover it, and then he'll insert like philosophy or good life advice or some sort of thing into it that's like,
how to
like
avoid this kind of
brain
thing in the
juice.
future.
Yeah, you know, like good brain
awesome.
juice in the slop. He described it as a like the cheese and the pill and the cheese or whatever, you know, like he's putting the healthy stuff in, hiding it under some slop. Editor moment. I'm looking to enter that space soon. Dude, it's not as hard as you think to do that.
You'd be perfect at it.
Dude, here's how you want to know how I got that job. He started his live streams after being absent from the internet for 2 years, and then I just started doing fan edits of his like streams. I cut them down into like digestible 10 to 20 minute videos. I only made 3 videos before I ended up getting hired. So. That's pretty epic. Yeah, he's like more.
Sorry, I need to ask you something.
Oh yeah.
So when the server resets, are items deleted?
No.
The ground.
They should all be there.
Would you like to help me on a quest? I need to get my items back.
I will get them.
Carrots.
Okay. I will get them for you. Okay.
No. Together.
Oh, okay. Where are you?
Together. Because this is gonna. I'm at the wooden house right now.
Okay. Yeah. There's a chance that because I loaded these chunks for 5 minutes that they're not there anymore. But.
It's possible, but
it's the journey, not the destination. You know,
you're gonna like this journey anyways. So we need to find the entrance to this place
Do you
first.
need food?
That'll be a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need some food right now.
I'll give you some carrots.
Yo.
Oh wait, hold up. You're the bread prior. I'll give you my bread. No carrots. Gotta have that bread.
Carrots,
that dough.
Well, actually, it's the thing we're saving is carrots, which is funny, but.
I see.
You can't let food go to waste. What are you, crazy?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I died in
not.
the furnace room. That's the thing.
Okay.
So we have to find our way over to there. The
Sounds
biggest
good.
challenge I think right now is going to be figuring out how the heck did I even start getting in there.
Where did you go? I already lost you. It's been 1 second.
I am. Yeah, one moment. I just fell down.
I see your name. But I would say if you're looking to get into the video editing space, do fan edits of stuff for people you like. If you see an opportunity to edit your own version of a video of a YouTuber that you like if they have a stream, just do that down. Only 3 cut downs into a hire. Nice. I've mostly just edited video essays and streams for friends so far, dude. And that's a great resume too. You can also send emails to YouTubers and whatnot, or message them or whatever. But I think the biggest way to make an impact is to edit some sick shit for some guy who you enjoy and you maybe were potentially looking into doing that. Like worst case scenario, like they're not going to copyright strike you for making a cool video in their community. Worst thing happens, you don't get recognized, but then you have a sick piece of edits you can use to show someone else if you want to get hired. That's how I did it. I'm sure there's probably more effective ways, but that was how I got my start. And think about it like if you do your own YouTube channel, that's your resume. So, if you have cool videos on your own channel, that works. That doubles as I've never even seen this place before. That doubles
this is
as
the bad room.
The bad room or the bedroom.
It's a little bit torn
Jeez.
down, but it's like the horror wing of the.
Oh, it's got to be dark
of
here.
the
I see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's the horror wing, and it's not fully functioning right now. Some people appear to place blocks everywhere.
Yeah, I think people of mind around here. No, that's really smart. Just doing YouTube for a while has let me make connections. Text limit. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, like the Bread Pirate. He knows who you are. That's pretty good. He's pretty high profile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty cool.
Larger creators who I'd love to edit for someday. Exactly. Yeah. And it's like if you do good stuff, like at a certain point, YouTubers like they have a lot of spare cash to throw around. You found the happy place. Aren't you happy? I feel this. I like the atmosphere, but I feel like I've been here before.
Very liminal. We need to go up here, so I'll just
Okay.
dig up, and then you could use those blocks
good.
again.
Yeah. So speaking of, I had another question that built off of what were we just talking about? Resumes.
Just keep going up
Before
there. That's
that-
where the furnace room is.
Okay. Before the resumes, before all that stuff, I had. Is it behind this wall?
Yeah, it should
Okay,
be.
I see. Oh, the furnace room. Interesting. Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, that's one of the problems.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
people put lava in the
Oh.
floor. It's
Is this-
dangerous.
I remember this
Oh,
place.
so the food's gone now, but this is the furnace room.
Oh,
I put a sign here a while ago, it seems.
shit, R.I.P. the Bread Pirate, the dungeon. I feel like I've been here on a stream one time. Extreme plagiarist. For sure. Burton definitely helped me develop my editing style, just from studying his stuff.
Oh, he's talking about me.
Oh, you're Burt. Okay. That's your
Yeah.
IRL name. Doxed.
IRL. Let's go. Actually, that's my second channel, Burton Brewster.
Oh, okay. Public
Very chill.
information.
Yeah,
This is
well,
the-
I don't
this
mind
is
too
the
much.
second
There's
reveal.
a lot of articles at like my college that would like talk about it and stuff. So it's like, oh
okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
like I can't really hide it.
Nah, that's all fair. I mean, at some point, I think you kind
wrote
of
for
can't
my-
stay
yeah.
anonymous.
I wrote for my college paper for a while, which is especially
Dude,
where like
that's
my name
cool.
pops up a lot.
That really must get you some like writing practice too. So what'd
It
you do?
did. It heavily inspired my writing style, having work with some sort of reporting. But yeah, unfortunately my stuff was not down here, so it does appear that it despawned.
Oh,
That just means we have to find a new way out of here.
Yeah. Brewster sounds
says
like a
what?
type of bird.
Well, it's funny you say that. Animal Crossing might have beat you to that, Swack.
Really?
Brewster is the name of the cafe dude. He's a pigeon.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, a pigeon in Animal Crossing.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I found a. Oh, this is just our way back. Okay, so you're mining to the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna just mine to the surface again. There was a way out of here at one point. I don't remember where it is.
That's okay. I'm actually going to just mine all the dirt in here. Ah, man, I had a really good question and I completely dropped my mind. That is,
I'm
it was
sorry.
about collaborating with smaller YouTubers. I think that was what it was. I noticed that you do that an awful. Oh no, it was before we do that one. It's, God, wow. Okay.
You lost it mid-sentence?
Yes, twice.
No
That's-
way.
Okay, and I have it right now, but I don't know why I can't say the words to it. Oh my god. Are you the most subscribed to Zelda YouTuber? That's what I wanted to say. Wow.
Oh, no, not by a long shot.
No?
I keep a spreadsheet of the top Zelda YouTubers in the community, the top 30. I'm like 20th in subscribers and like 27th in views.
20th in subscribers. There are a larger. Here's the thing. It's like I'm not familiar too much with the Zelda. Like I've only played like the third game on Nintendo Switch.
Let
for,
me
like, an hour.
send the spreadsheet. You could share this in the stream if you want to. You don't need to, but I keep a monthly spreadsheet and share it with a bunch of other Zelda YouTubers.
Oh, that's really cool. Like that seems like that's like a lot of like I feel like work to just categorize all that just to just like how much often do you update it?
Once a month. I try and shoot for the
Really?
first or sometimes the 7th of the month. Not 7th, second of the month. Yeah, so it's a lot of work, but I
It's,
did
like,
it at
worth it?
first to prove to my parents that I was making progress as a YouTuber, that I was like in the top 20. But unfortunately, the more I research into how large the community is, my name keeps progressively going lower and lower on the list as I find all these obscure YouTubers that I barely know.
I see. Well, that's
Yeah,
okay.
so some of the people on the list are basically like non-factors. For instance, like Zelda Dungeon is there. Zelda Dungeon is for the website name known as Zelda Dungeon. They have a lot of ads from years ago. Like they would upload Zelda commercials that got them lots of views. So they don't make their own content usually, aside from podcasts nowadays. So it's like they really aren't in the top anymore. Which is why there's another category there, which is every month who's making the most views and subscribers, which I think is a much more accurate indicator of how successful you are on the platform.
Is there for like collaborators? You collaborate with a lot of Zelda YouTubers. I've noticed like the last like in my memory, all the ones that I can like a lot of the time when I remember them, I'm like you in this video had some random person I've never heard of in it that does Zelda things as well. You seem to incorporate a lot of like other Zelda YouTubers into your videos. What's the particular reason? Because a lot of big YouTubers don't do that, you know, or even like I mean you don't have the like you're not the like a million sub, but even then it's like you still 100K. That's a lot of that's most people don't collaborate with other YouTubers. Like what's up with that?
I think that more people do than is realized, but it's usually like you being invited to another person's channel to do something quick, right? And when that happens, it doesn't really help you get publicity, but if you actually do do videos together on the big person's channel, then that will actually help them. But it really comes down to this. My channel got large because I did a collaboration.
Oh.
I did a collaboration with a guy who's just barely larger than myself. He had 5,000 subscribers, and I had 500 at the time. So, I mean, a huge gap there, right, for a small YouTuber, but now as a large YouTuber, I don't think that's a huge gap. And because of that, it caused a spiral, a snowball effect, where the viewers from his channel coming to mine made YouTube realize my videos are worth sharing on the algorithm.
Oh.
And then within a month of that collab, I went from having 500 subscribers to 16,000.
Whoo. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So my philosophy is you really ought to give everybody a chance to be able to have that experience. Because I owe it to my good friend Andy, also known as Zeldum, who gave me the chance to do that. So I try and give other YouTubers a chance.
Oh, that's awesome.
Additionally, I'm also really bad at saying no, and often what will happen is another YouTuber will come to me and be like, "Hey, let's do like a short collab," and I'm like, "Okay," and then it spirals out of control and becomes larger than I thought it would be. But it's okay.
Happy accidents.
Because ultimately, it comes back to people. It's like being with people makes things worthwhile.
Exactly. Yeah.
Building those relationships. I can say that I don't think I've ever done a collab that I have regretted. Not on my channel, at least.
You've done one with other people on their channel?
I was on a podcast one time with this guy that had the, I don't want to like say attention span of a rabbit, but like he was pretty crazy to follow. His thoughts wandered randomly from place to place. He was talking at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and his whole gimmick is he tried to do podcasts with. How do I explain this? He tried to do podcasts about different genres every month. So like he'd have a Zelda month, and then he'd have like a Marvel month, and then like a cowboy month. Okay. Like he would just keep shifting from topic to topic to topic and invite large creators from those topics into his channel. It just was bad though. I don't know how to put it. Yeah, it's the only time I've done a collab, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. That was a disaster.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That's a neat idea, though.
I don't even know if I could find it.
I might have to steal that idea. That's a good idea. No.
Yeah, but, no. His problem was also he didn't do enough research on every creator beforehand. He thought my name was Robert. He thought my name was Robert. Because on my email is Bread Pirate Rob, which was a reference to the Princess Bride. And he was like, "Yeah, Rob, I love your videos." And I'm like, "That's great. My name's not Rob."
Yo, Swack Boys here. That's oh man, yeah. There's some food for you.
Actually, I
I'd say.
collab with Swack a lot. Swack, what I like about Swack's videos,
Mhm.
if he asks me for a collab, is he's like, "Hey, could you like give me like a 20-second clip?" And I'm like, "Boom, done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's go, baby." I love it when people give me short projects like that to do. It's like a homework
Mhm.
assignment.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't see it actually. He's dressed as Gordon Freeman right now with his avatar.
Oh, dude,
But I
that's
noticed
sick.
on your stream you can't see it.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, you have like I know the fix, but I will not use it. I know how to get the skins, but I just.
It's
am
too
not
late.
gonna-
You're into the game.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm into it. I'm too there. I'm in the moment right now. I can't be doing that. Gordon Freeman. Oh, because he's a silent protagonist. I get it. I've never played the game, but I
Classic.
understand.
Classic. The Half-Life series is incredible. I love it so much.
I bought them. I haven't played them yet. I had to stop buying
Oh, yeah, that's
games on
great.
Steam because I wouldn't play them.
Yeah, Half-Life isn't a very long game though, and Half-Life
Mm-hmm.
2 especially, that one is a I mean, it's one of the greatest shooters of all time because it's not just a shooter, it's a puzzle game.
Oh.
It was the first game of its time to have a physics engine that was involved in the puzzles as heavily as it did.
Guys, this is the newest Red Pirate video right now. It's being filmed right now.
We're gonna start making
We got
Half-Life videos.
Half-Life video, the first ever Bread Pirate Half-Life video. It's recorded right now. It'll be used using audio from this stream.
No way. I wish I could make videos by just spewing words out without a script, but I need bullet points, or I need to write things word for word
I
to
think
be
your,
able to process what I'm doing.
your approach is probably the best. Like every video that I've made since I did that 2B2T comic video like a while ago, I have not scripted, and I feel like you can tell. But also like it's like so much more annoying to edit. The edit is, I think, it's almost infuriating when you don't have a script to base like.
And you're getting
as a
rid of all the
structure.
ums and the ahs and the
Yeah, it's well,
sounds,
like
yeah.
it's not even that. Like that, I've done so much. I did audio editing like professionally for a while and recording and stuff. And I got so used to doing that, like it doesn't bother me. But the thing that bothers me is that there's no like narrative cohesion to it almost. Like I was rewatching that Toxic Avenger video I did, and I'm like, this is so like off the cuff, because it was off the cuff, and you can tell. And it's like there's a certain, like, if you script it out, you know, you have like the plot points, the plot beats, you can even do storyboarding, and you can really know what you're doing when you're editing. Like when I go into the edit, I'm clueless as to what I should do. I just improvise all of the random crap that gets added to it. Like I was
Yeah.
talking to Fast Vincent, and he was telling me how he has like for each sentence of his videos, he has a like he writes out visuals for each sentence, like in like a long like script that he has at the end. And he you know, it really helps him, you know what to film for his like B-roll of what he's talking to, and you know, like set the mood and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. You know, I still dabble in unscripted content, but with bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
That is not insane.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's probably, I should do that.
I did do it actually. So I tried doing that with my latest bird video. That was half scripted, half unscripted, and that ended up going pretty well. And one of my most popular videos on my channel is an unscripted bulleted list video, or bullet point video.
Oh, yeah?
It's about the Sheikah sensor. There was a mechanic that they removed from the game about the Sheikah sensor in Breath of the Wild, and I did that point, like the whole thing with just bullet points on a notepad. It was great. I felt awesome after that. But then I tried doing it again for my next video, and I was like, no, that is not gonna work. I'm going back to the script. Retreat to
I see.
safety.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. For me, writing scripts and doing all that, like researching, is like the most painful part of videos for me. I'm a very like, I like visuals. I love the visuals of something. So putting something
Dude,
like that together is like
I love the research though.
dopamine inducing for me. I'm like, this looks sick as hell, and then it's like the actual, I have to now like put substance to these visuals that I added. Oh no.
Yeah, See, I like the research, I think, because I'm a historian. So I feel like I'm uncovering ancient ruins when I go through old wiki articles about
Yeah.
websites from the early 2000s. Like, I feel cool as I'm doing that.
You know,
and then I
actually-
have to share it with people, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh, it's,
I gotta,
you
like,
got,
fact-check everything. And make
the reverse
visuals.
issue.
It's the reverse. It literally is the reverse.
I think that's a better problem to have, because when you have substance, even if it's not articulated as well as you would hope, and I think your presentation's great, so you're working whatever you're doing there. Your whole process is really working out.
I'm trying to
but-
simplify it too because it's too much.
I do relate to that, like thinking about the like researching and finding cool stuff. Like I discovered like discovering the old like Novulin, right?
Yes.
Amazing discovery. And when I was doing that, I found thousands of old like other random articles that no one is like. I found an old server from like 2011. I had downloaded the world map, and it was just something like two guys on a website forum played together, and it had some like builds. I booted it up on this version that they posted on the forum. It's like an archive on the Wayback Machine. Nobody else has played that thing since I downloaded it, and no one else will, because they'll never find it. And it's just like so cool to uncover stuff like that. So it's like that was like a time where I think I had the substance, but at the time my visual chops weren't as good, which is unfortunate. But yeah.
Well, it's better to make it and then realize, like, my chops weren't as good. What chops? Is that the word you're
like
using?
editing chops, like visual chops. I don't know. I've heard that as an expression before. It might be an odd thing. Oh,
I've never heard it, but I like it. Chops.
Welcome to the
What is a
stream.
chop? Is that like an edit? Like
it's like I always thought of it as like pork chops. It's just like the quality of your chops. But I don't even know,
okay.
Like I don't know if
I can
that's
see
actually
that.
what it is. I might. I feel like Tops is a term enjoyer. No, I'm a Chops term enjoyer, exactly. Mines agrees, visuals over researching. Mines does some really good, like, he's also like another YouTuber who, he was like one of the first people to do Minecraft Online videos, I think. And he used to also do 2B base reviews. But like my favorite thing about it would be he would tell the history of a base, or he still does this, tell a history of the base, walk through the base, and then at the end of the video, there would be the, like, best looking, like, almost like a music video VFX thing that he would play with, like, that program that you can do, like, cinematic camera angles. He'd put shaders on, and it would be, like, you'd find this base, and there'd be this you'd get some information, you'd get a walkthrough of the base, and then you'd get, like, just a cool AMV, I guess, like a nice video with like music and everything. And it's like,
I'm looking this
really
up.
is like the presentation is quality for those videos. Thanks, just enjoying the discussion in the background. Well, I appreciate you popping by. And it's like, I think that's like a good mix of it.
Oh, you have the Carito profile picture. I see. It's like, what is that?
Oh yeah, from Sword Art Online. Yeah, that's where it's from.
14K. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, mine's is I think probably like he doesn't really do 2B videos anymore, but at the time he was like my favorite 2B YouTuber. I still have a recording of you reading out a written portion for a history video I did about the 2B2T comic. So I could make a whole video of you just talking about it because I still have that recording. And I remember like when I was like, I think I was 12 when I asked you to collaborate with me on that, just to read the script, and I was like, this is the greatest collab of my life. I was like, this is amazing. I was so happy about that.
Wow, this is cool. You have one on the Southern Canal.
Yeah,
he has
you
one
should
on
check
the
them
oldest
out
server.
if you're even
Oldest server in
remotely
Minecraft,
interested.
Minecraft Online. Okay.
Yeah, all of them are really good. I particularly like this one that was like the Flowey base or something, which was like a map art base with a map art that he visited, and that stood out in my mind. I just because I like map art a lot, and I thought that it was just kind of cool that it was just like a random 2B2T server discovery that he had. 12, that's against TOS. I was also a cheeky underage YouTube creator for a while.
Oh, I was. I started when I was 10, back in 2010.
Exactly. Wow, I started my channel at like 12 or 13. No, 2015. I was 12. Yeah. It was crazy time. I should not have been playing 2B at 12 though. That was.
You were,
bad
it
for
was
you.
2B at 12? Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, 12 or 13.
Yeah.
It's not good for your mental development. That server.
Like you have a love-hate relationship with it,
I
right?
like it, but
Fond
it's
memories, but it was
complete
nasty.
AIDS. It is actually it is the worst thing for the mental development of a child that you could possibly do. I guess the internet is just bad for children in general, but like it's just like I was a very like sheltered, even though I had like unrestricted internet access. I still didn't like Google anything crazy, but it's like Tubi just exposed me to the worst people on the internet you could possibly talk to.
Yeah.
Uh,
And now you're in a voice chat with, well, not voice chat, a text
yeah.
chat with.
Yeah, no, mine's is cool though. Like I don't
No, I'm
regret
seeing
it.
this.
It's
This
just
is
like
great.
the
I saw,
server
I
is
saw the
just
Flowey one as well.
complete cancer. That's all. Tubi scares me, and it's 17 still. You're only 17, dude. Let's go. You've got. If you're already this far in at 17, you're ahead of me when I was 17.
Swack is mature beyond his
Mm-hmm.
years. He is like honestly, I'm like, man, why couldn't I have been like Swack at 17? I'd have a
Yeah.
million subs by now.
Dude, I'm the same
like-
thing with like Ender Boss too. Like I'm like if I
Yeah, there's certain people where you're like, how are you not like?
I'm
How
like-
was I not like you?
I'm like you've got it. He's got it, you know. And I'm like, I even now I struggle. I compare myself to him, and I go, God, what is it? What am I doing? Why am I like the way I am?
Yeah.
I gotta be like this dude. And he's just like so much younger, and you're like, there's something about like people who are younger that just pisses you off, kind of like, you know, not in like an actual bad way, but you're just like, what?
In a good way.
How-
in a good way.
how are
like
you
you're
built
frustrated with
diff-
yourself
you're-
that you weren't able to figure it out as quickly
Yeah,
as
it's
they
like
were.
why are you like this? And me at that age, I was built incorrectly. It feels like.
I have another friend who's the exact same. He's even younger though. He's he goes by the username Solus, Sollus, and he at the age of 12 had like 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like, what the frick? I want that.
Yeah.
Now he's 14 or 15. I can't remember exactly
Dude,
what.
yeah.
He's still doing really well, and I'm like,
Exactly. Like, he's probably doing.
I was
better than
making
I am.
crappy Let's Plays at that age, and you're making like really well edited DaVinci Resolve special effects
Yeah.
videos.
Like it took me until I was 17 to stop using Windows Movie Maker. So Swack Boy, you're 1,000 times ahead of me. Like literally, Windows Movie Maker, I did not stop using until I was 17. Like actually unhinged.
I loved Windows Movie Maker and Windows Paint, like Microsoft Paint, Soft Paint.
Oh, yeah.
I used it for a very long time. It wasn't until
Windows
maybe
Paint is cool.
2017 I stopped using it. So I
We
was
love
15 or
Windows Movie
I was like 15, 16 or 17 before I stopped using it because I was like, this is good. I could use this.
Yeah, I remember the collab. It was a cool idea. It was a great way to bring all the YouTubers together. I regret not doing more collabs back in the day, but hopefully we'll do more in the future. Yeah, I would be down to do some sort of collab again. I just gotta think of something to do. Actually, why don't I get you on the show? Get you on sometime.
Why not?
Yeah. If you're down, I would be down to do that. I'm trying to interview all sorts of people on here.
Get everybody. This is a
Yeah.
great idea for a show. I love this.
Yeah, I even have like a upcoming one
Oh,
where it's sort of like a variant of this. Like I have a sort of like I'm tired of Minecraft videos, low key, but I don't mind doing streams. I actually I like it. It's a good game to play while you're streaming because you can kind of just I do it all the time. I do something else while I do Minecraft. You know, it's just a good background tool, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like Subway Surfers. You know, it's for the podcast. You know, and I think that I wanted to do deep dives on a lot of the old servers that I found in my search, and I think I'll just do those deep dives live on stream is the idea. So next stream is actually going to be a live deep dive of another old-ish sort of semi-anarchy server. So that's going to be fun with people who, you know, I founded a archive for that server because it's like a huge map, and you're allowed to like grief and stuff. They haven't reset it, but it was more like factions Minecraft. And there's like lore and all sorts of. It had like 100 players active at the time. Like so, it had like thousands of destroyed builds. It's a really interesting server, and nobody plays it anymore. And then I started
EVE
an archive
Online,
for
like
it.
with how deep that story is.
Yeah, it's a sort of It's like very dead now, but like a lot of the old players are like they're a lot older now. They're older than me, I think. and you know they were playing it when they were really young, and then they have all these stories, and I started an archive, and then another guy who was passionate in just like the idea of it, he's been like running it now, and he's gonna walk me through a lot of old bases. Like they found so much stuff. Like honestly, the history preservation on that server is probably like it's pretty good. It's pretty good documentation that they've done for a server that has no players, you know. Sure, man. That sounds like fun.
You're like real archaeologist.
We'll have to set something up by email. I will send you an email about that, actually. Welcome, Kentucky Hero, as well. Yeah, no, it does feel like archaeology a little bit, yeah. But I'm excited to feature that one because that server doesn't get enough love. And actually, I intend to upload next week a video about a Minecraft server archive I have been working on for several years, and then procrastinated for like most of those several years and never posted the video.
Wait, is this the one about the
not that
about, like tons of servers you found?
Yeah,
or
yeah. I have a huge. Oh yeah,
I remember.
right there,
I remember talking with you about it. I was like, "Hey, you said you have like lots of other servers.
I do.
Where are those?" And you were like,
I do.
"Oh, it's coming.
I'm just sitting on it.
It never happened."
Yeah, I recorded it. I off the cuff. I recorded the whole thing, and then I cut it down from the like 20 minutes I talked about to like 7 or something like that, or 5. And now I just got to add visuals, and I just need to think of an interesting presentation. Yeah. I'm part of the upcoming interview. Yes, next Monday, Maulus and yeah, the other guy, I forget his name. He has a cool Lego Star Wars profile picture though, so and I've talked to him the most. We'll be on live doing exactly that. I will send you an email, Mines, though, so we can set up a time to do this as well. But it's going to be an exciting experiment, and hopefully that deep dive will be like timed well with the upload of the video, so then we can get more people watching the stream. Because it's like I don't have the energy to make videos about Minecraft all the time. I think the last one I'm going to make for a while will be the one announcing the archive. Not NSA. I feel like I've seen this guy before. Not NSA. You're familiar to me. I feel like, did you play like 2b2t.ca back in the day, or something like that? One of my old servers. But yeah. So back to your channel and then what you're cooking up. But how what is like you said you know you had like some projects in the background that were like kind of hard to finish. Like how many big things are in the plans or being worked on or are put off but could be made? How many of those you got?
I'd say there's about 3 right now, which is more than usual. Usually I'd have like 1 and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to that someday. But right now it's a bit more than usual.
I see.
So there's the one about pronunciation that I mentioned earlier, which is a big deal. That one needs to be made because I interviewed like these high-level Nintendo employees that used to work for the company, and I don't want to let them down.
Exactly, yeah.
Then I have another one, which is more recent. I was making a video about the physics engine of this new Zelda game, and how there's this one object which everybody thinks is the heaviest, but I wanted to prove that it's not. And then as I was going through this video, I realized, oh gosh, this project is like huge. This is going to take me forever. Yeah, it shouldn't be as hard as it is.
Goes into this.
Like this video, I had the idea for it for a few weeks, and then I ended up being like, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna try it, and it took me hours of testing. And now I'm like at the part where I just have to script the thing. So okay. I think I've dumped at least 10 or 12 hours into it.
For a project, on average, how many hours do you think do you put into it? Do you track your hours?
I wish I did better. I don't do a very good job. So I try for a while over the summer to track my hours, but then there was like some moment where I was like, nah, I can't track my hours. I'm busy, and then I just fell out of the habit.
I don't know if it's like damaging almost to like my productivity to track my hours I put into like a personal video or something, but I do it for like my work vids. But I've had this problem where I track like the hour down to the second, right? And so it's like the hour, the second, and then I don't know how to like put that all into like a graph where I can get the actual hours, because it's like you can't add them up. It's not going to make the right number. You can't add them all up and then divide by 6. It's not going to. Oh, hold up. No, it's still not going to work. I may have just thought of I just may have solved my issue. Actually, I'm gonna have to try that. Okay.
Brilliant. Talking with people solves issues.
Yeah, exactly. Because here, my issue was that
In
it's
color,
all in
gone viral.
increments of 60, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you add the seconds up and then divide by 6, but then you're left with like a 0.5. And so you can't just add the seconds up and then add them to the hour. No, I can do that. I'm dumb. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. It's not actually an issue, and I'm just. Oh man. No man.
Well done.
Yes. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing. Solving
were we just
problems
talking about?
live. Unfinished projects.
Okay, yeah, so that one is big. And it's especially important for me that I finished that video because I was cussed out a lot in the comment section on my video before that
Oh, no.
about how I thought I had found the biggest object in the game, like the heaviest object, and people are like, "Nuh-uh." And
Yeah.
I have the evidence, like I have the proof now.
I have the
I
receipts.
can prove I'm not crazy. I have the receipts, yes.
You know
But
that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like the guy Charlie with the
yeah, I know
all
Charlie.
all the crazy like the him,
Luigi,
he's like,
right?
yeah, him, yeah, that guy, and he's like at the wall, and he's like got all the connections, and he's like, I know everything, or whatever he's saying. That's basically you. You're like, I know what the heaviest object is. It's this.
Yeah, and I'm trying to prove it with in-game resources and also real-world science. So that now you can start seeing like how it gets like bigger. Yeah, like this project
Yeah, it gets
is
more complex.
yeah, it's gotten more complex as time has gone on. But then what was crazy to me is that while I'm trying to figure out like which is the heaviest, I found out something else odd about this object, and that is this object's gravity works differently than everything else in the game. Now I have to talk about that.
Wow.
So that's the first one. That's the
expand these rabbit holes, don't you? It just gets
I
like,
do. My
really
videos
fast.
are weird like that.
Dude, I appreciate it though. I think that's the charm to them, right? Like you've got like this hyper like fixation to the facts of what it is, and this like a huge amount of detail into these like little parts of something, you know, taking a small thing
Yeah.
and making it really really big, or putting it under the microscope, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That video
Maybe that's
production
the
rabbit
thing
hole
I'm-
trail is entering H Bomber Guy territory. True. H Bomber Guy is good. Do you know?
I don't know
H-Bomber?
H Bomber.
You don't know H Bomber Guy? Oh well.
No.
Do you?
I honestly don't watch very many rabbit trail videos on the internet.
Well, if you like the guy who did the
Frederick?
EVE Online video, right?
That was his first time I watched a full video of his. Second time I've watched a full video of his.
I would say that H Bomber Guy's similar to that dude in that regard.
Let me see if I recognize some of his videos.
He just made a video about plagiarism. Do you know Internet Historian? Have you heard of that guy?
I have heard of him. Yeah.
He
H
exposed
Bomber
him
is new
for,
to me.
for plagiarizing his videos, or one of them, which is kind of crazy.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas is genius, and here's why. I've seen I've seen some of these videos.
Okay, yeah.
There's a few I've seen.
If I can recommend anyone, it's got to be his. And I don't know the name of the video, but I will look it up right now. It's his.
Yeah,
like,
take your time.
It's his. Let me pull it up here. H Bomber Guy. H Bomber Guy. Wow, I was trying to get it so that like it autofills, and then it just didn't work. It's I think the greatest video essay on all of YouTube, in my opinion. That's like a long form video. Pathologic. It convinced me to buy the sequel to Pathologic and not play it, but I did buy it. Pathologic is genius, and here's why. Is like the perfect video essay because it tells you the entire plot of the game and analysis on it, right? But the game itself doesn't need to. You don't need to play the game because the game is bad. Like it's not. He doesn't recommend you play the game. He recommends you play the sequel. So it's like he can tell you the entire story of it and all of the different playthroughs and what he did because he played the game like a ton. But you don't actually have to play the game because it's not an intelligible experience. It's not a fun game experience. So you don't get that like loss of the actual playthrough because you're not really even recommended to play that version of the game.
Interesting.
So it's like perfect because you get that 10-hour deep dive or what it's like, what is it? It's 2 hours. And then you get like a full experience pretty much. And like honestly, in my opinion, it's the only way I'm going to experience that game. I think it's a good wrap down of the whole game, and it's got a lot of interesting like you know, the game is good too. So it's not like it's got good lore. It's just not good gameplay mechanics. It's really monotonous, you know. So it's almost like you get the experience without having to have the pain of actually playing it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
My
stuff.
hours. You got me wondering now about my hours, like how much I do into my projects, but I don't know if I should. Normally, I track things by days. Because for me, like that's an easier thing to visualize, and YouTube is conducive to that because I'm trying to do this as a job, alongside substitute teaching. Substitute teaching, I make $120 a day if I do the job. I'm not paid by the hour; I'm paid by the day. So that like plays into that even more.
That's
and
interesting.
YouTube, if I want to find out how much I'm making, I'm like, oh, how much did I make today? Right? That's an easier metric.
I see.
But
Okay.
that's not helpful to people outside, I don't think. We want to see like, oh yeah, but like how much work did you actually do those days?
Yeah, because like for me, I'll go like a long stretch of not doing anything in several days, and then I'll, you know, do it. So I just kind of keep track of my hours because that's like, I feel like the more, I guess, just thing that is more pressing to me, even though like I am paid per job. So I just like to look at it and go, wow, I did not get paid enough. I put too much effort into this.
And then you have to adjust.
You're like, the money. But hey, it is what it is for now.
For now. The empire will
now.
grow soon.
Exactly. It's just like you got to get more efficient. That's mostly it. I spend a lot of like
gains.
Gains. Getting paid per edit can be rough, I've heard. Oh yeah, it's not the greatest thing. I don't know. Like I'd say that it all kind of depends. Depends on who you're working with and whatnot. Also depends on yeah, it really just depends. I find that I go through these like bursts of like energy, and then I just burn out, and then I'm like done for like a week. It's like I just like can't even think about anything. And it's like not that I don't want to. It's just like I used it all up or something. That's like weird burnout. Can't get through that oomph.
Yeah, no, I get that. You're like, you just finished a huge project. It's like, I need to stop thinking about YouTube for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, this is done. I'll be like, even like, I should make on my next video, and I'll wait. And it's like, oh, and now it's been a month somehow. It'll be a month, and I'll come back, and it's like a video's done in a day, and it's like really good, but I did it in a day, and it's like I didn't sleep for 24 hours. And it's like it's all done. It's all done. It's out there. Now I have to go
love that
back
feeling
and
though
make
when you
it.
do it all in one setting.
That's
and it's just
true, though.
out of the way.
I
enjoy that.
You get that like it's nice. It's just that the fallout of that is like my everything is ruined. you're done. You're like it's done, and you've got this like hollow feeling. It's like you've won, but at what cost? Will overpay because they can't edit. Someone will overpay. Some will underpay because they haven't edited before.
That's real. I feel like I can't possibly make someone an editor for my channel because number one, I like putting my own personality into the edit.
Yeah.
And number two, actually, there's a few reasons. Number two, I frequently make mistakes and have to go back and edit something. And I don't want to, have the editor be like, hey, you said like 3 different things wrong in this video. And like constantly keep coming back and being like, fix this, fix this, fix this. I want to do it myself.
I see.
Then I'm the only idiot that realizes I'm an idiot.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the way it works with my boss currently, like.
This is bad.
We'll get like I'll send a draft in, right, and then he'll like send in like a bunch of corrections, right, and it's like I feel like that's like he gets things wrong, but it's not like I'm not judging him for that really or whatever. Bruh, no. This is two deaths in now.
It was nice knowing you all.
It's okay. You'll live on in our hearts. But I think there is like a certain like collaborative like thing there because there's like like let's say with filmmaking and whatnot, there is a certain like being able to like it's a skill to like work on how to articulate your vision to somebody else, right? Like I have the same issue where I think like I give my video to someone else to edit, like how do I articulate to them, like, can I trust them with like this, you know? And it's like, I think maybe it comes down to like you have to build kind of like a trust with someone if before that even gets to that point, you know what I mean? Like, I think working with people in person helps a lot too, because you can like,
Yeah.
you got that like.
Well, you don't work in person, do you?
I don't right now. I work online, so there are a lot. We do occasionally have like some sort of like, I just don't understand what he's trying to like express to me in words, you know. But you know, there's calls for that and all that. But I think generally like we are on like the same vibe length. So it's like when he's like we have like similar kind of like goals and all that. I think maybe also because you know I'm a fan of his channel or whatever. So it's like that kind of helps with like keeping the vision similar, because it's like my goal is to just do what he did before. You know, I'm like
I don't want to ruin what he's already doing.
Yeah. I wanna make something as cool as what he's done, and it's like, well, then that's gonna keep you kind of like in the same line, sort of, as opposed to someone who doesn't even like, if you're just like hiring an editor, right? Like, it's kind of like pick and choose. Some people just don't work well together, you know?
Yeah. Those are interesting points, especially because, I mean, I've done collabs before, and they've always ended up being more work than just making a video by myself. And in high school, I never really did well with group projects. I always avoided them because I was like, listen, y'all are dead weight. I got this. Right? Narcissistically, I was like, I could do this myself. And usually I could. I could do it myself, but I didn't realize that when you get into the workforce, it becomes valuable to be able to divide that work.
Yeah.
College is what started teaching me that, but I've never tried it with YouTube.
It's like, obviously you do what you don't have to, right? But it's something to think about, as like it's not actually the end of everything, right? Like to pass on your vision to somebody else. It's actually like, I think, very common. It's not like there shouldn't be a stigma around like that, you know, where it's like, oh, it's like it's not actually as scary of a thing to do, you know. I don't know.
Well, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
It's just food for thought. I don't know. It's not like, I'm not saying like you need to hire an editor right now. It's like, obviously if you could do the work on your own, it's like golden. Like, I got hired because my Gokunaru was basically like, I don't have time. I don't got the time to where I'm too busy working on other projects, right? So it's like, I handle a lot of like filler-esque videos where it's like, this is like not the serious stuff, you know, where it's like the stakes on this is a lot lower than when it gets released than like more like, because he does like drama YouTube stuff, so it's like he'll make like a sort of like a hit piece video on somebody, and it's like obviously the main focus for him is going to be the hit piece video, and it's like, but in between you got to have stuff for people to watch in between, like the months and years it takes to put one of those together. It's currently been a year of production on his newest video that will be coming out eventually. It's actually absolutely chaotic what's going on, but it's gonna be great when it gets dropped, because I've seen it. Shit's fire. But it is like, yeah, that's something where you wanna have videos to post in between that, you know. That is H Bomber Guy territory. Yeah, he does do that level of effort. Like, this is already public, so his video is about Sneeko. If you guys know who Sneeko is.
I know a Nico in the Zelda community.
As I get close enough. Sneeko is like he's like a red pill YouTuber guy. But he used to be like, you know, like kind of more of just like a this is my life and I'm living my life this way kind of guy. I don't know. He was very unique, and yeah, just like would make meditations on what like being alive is like, or whatever, what it's like being young, or stuff like that. It's just like, interesting videos. Then he completely switched to just being like a hater, you know, like a misogynist kind of like, all the women are bad, and also mostly that. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cringe. So he made a video on that, but like the amount of research he had to do is basically, I think he's watched more Sneeko than a Sneeko fan has. You know, it's like it's like it's so much like resource gathering, but like he built such a solid like foundation for all of his points that it's almost indisputable. I honestly think that guy is not going to be able to survive what's coming to him.
Oof, that is brutal.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's got to be an interesting line of work, because on one hand you feel like you're bringing justice, but you also know that you're
Oh
being the
yeah.
downfall of somebody's career. Like, how do you grapple with that?
Well, he
Reverse
actually,
interview you.
yeah, he. Oh shit! I just heard the creeper. Yeah, he actually, he talks about that where he's like he tries to not portray himself as the good guy in a lot of the in like when he frames it, because what he is doing is very, not good. He's his first video that made him popular was he made a video about H3H3, and like he was the first guy to really call out H3H3 for being a little cringe man, and like all of the points in that video are not all that great, but it at the time he was like 10K subs, getting 100 views a video, like
Yeah.
what it's kind of like the amount of reception was like crazy to that video, but it was really good. Mostly like I think because he was expressing an opinion that a lot of people had at the time. Little cringe man, cringe little baby man, ironic.
I like putting parentheses at the end just to be like, that's the inflection. Imagine that.
Yeah. Ironic. Oh, is it at the tone?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Exactly. But it's just like, it is interesting because he does think about that a lot, and he's just like, is what I'm doing good? Not really. Like, sort of, but not really at the same time. Like,
you're not really adding to society. You're weeding out anything that could be
you're pruning or
bad
whatever,
for society.
you know?
You're the pruner, right? Nobody
Yeah.
nobody likes to amputate the guy who amputates the leg of the soldier. But
Like
it needs to be done.
His first series, it's like he puts a lot of like thought into the framing. Like the first video is pretty much the movie Taxi Driver. If you know that, if you're familiar with that. Did somebody take all of the wheat from here? Damn.
Yeah, all the wheat in my old farm is gone. So
yeah, this used to be like very luscious. Like last.
Are you in the basement area?
I'm just in like all of this used to be like a lot of farm. I don't know what happened to it. But he framed it as like, the book Crime and Punishment. So like he framed, basically it's like all that's important to it is that first half of the book there's a crime that happens, and then the second half of the book is the punishment for the crime, right? And so he's inspired by like those themes too. The first episode of his series was the crime, which was H3H3, and in the video he even simulates killing H3H3, like literally. And it's like that's the crime, and then the punishment is he basically makes a defense of another guy in the second part where this guy Monkey Jones gets banned from YouTube unjustly, and then he makes a defense for why YouTube shouldn't have banned that guy and why that was like that was not a just ban, he should be unbanned. And so that was the punishment was he gets punished by YouTube for doing the crime, and then has to defend the guy who got punished as well.
Oh,
and
interesting.
And the narrative ambition, like his whole thing is he wants to put cinema into the YouTube drama space. It's kind of cool. Like the first movie is like all the skits are based off of the movie Taxi Driver. The first for video about H3, all the skits are based off the movie Taxi Driver, which is just kind of like fun. It's like there's always like some sort of narrative convention in a lot of these videos, and his was like we're gonna follow all of the Taxi Driver one where he goes to a guy, he's like he finds a dude he doesn't like, and then he goes like goes and he buys the gun, and it's all like in the same like narrative structure that goes to the end clash of that movie. But this one it's like up until he assassinates H3H3. It's like there's like actual artistry in the visuals and the presentation of all of this that I think is like kind of really cool. That's something that inspires me a lot. But what about you? I've been talking too long. I have this problem. This happened last stream as well.
No. I'm like soaking this all in. This was enjoyable. I'm just like, dang.
No, I know, but it's like ideal. That's not what this is about, man.
Like Saplo, you have, in a way, I think more experience than I do with this whole process of YouTube. Well, you really do, right? I'm trying to learn from you as much as you're learning from me. Because I'm in a position where I have a lot of subs, but I haven't delved into the intricacies of YouTube, right?
Oh, maybe.
I'm just stuck with my own comfort food over and over again.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, but I think you most definitely have more experience. Because unlike you are you are successful. I am not.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's a point to be made there, right? Like I'm successful, but I got there pretty quickly after I started working towards it. So if you can imagine it, like for the first 9 years of my YouTube life,
Mm-hmm.
I was just making crap because I thought this is fun. But then I realized that YouTube can be fun in more than one way. It can be fun not just for the sake of making videos, but it can also be fun to try and win the RPG, the game, get the numbers higher.
Yeah.
Good, big number, go bird, right?
Yeah.
I took a while to realize that, but as soon as I realized it, it was like I snapped my fingers, and within a year, I was at 1,000 subscribers. I didn't have enough time to like, what do you say? Soak in the experience of being a middle-sized YouTuber, which is weirdly what I used to I idolize. I was like, man, I want to be the middle-sized YouTuber. That's got to be great because like you're fighting the big man, but you're in a state where you actually have some fans for what you're doing.
Yeah, there is certain, like, I guess you could say, like, maybe romanticization of that kind of aspect, but I don't know. I'd say honestly I would consider like my channel to be a small-time YouTuber and your side channel to be like a middle-sized YouTuber, because like you're at the point where you can make money off of it, right? But it's like a precarious situation, right?
That's a really excellent point. Maybe the large to big cutoff is, can you do this indefinitely? Or is it precarious or not? I've never thought about that cutoff point, but I like that.
Because it's like you think about well you think about what you've got what to do in like in oh my god, sorry, I fell apart. My brain.
It's okay. My brain's falling apart too. Like I to give you perspective, I should say this. Yesterday I was recording a 5-hour challenge run with another guy.
Oh my god. That's
and we were up until 2 in the morning. Well, I was up until 2 in the morning to finish it.
He fell asleep.
That was my fault. No, like afterwards I was like doing cleanup, like getting the recording uploaded so we can get it. And then the 2 nights prior, I only had 5 hours of sleep.
Oh man, the sleep deprivation is a killer. I think that's something that's very dangerous, and you gotta stay on top of that. But like once in a while, it's totally fine. But like.
Yeah, once in a while. Like the whole reason I was sleep deprived was because I was going to my college to hang out with my sister who lives there, and I was rooming with these 2 guys. One of them's great, right? But the other one snores like an elephant. So I was just kept up all night from that. But it's like that's like understandable. I couldn't have prevented that.
Yeah, that's beyond your control. Elephant man. Oh man. Oh, that's great.
He had a very distinct nose blowing sound effect that protruded from his.
That you should have recorded it. You should have recorded. That could have been the new sound. That could have been the new thing.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Sleep is hard to manage. Swack is right.
That is.
Me and Swack have talked about this before. It's so hard to manage.
I struggle with it myself. It's a big thing. What about for you artistically though, like inspirations wise? Because like a lot of my inspirations are Gokinaru, YouTube drama scene, and a lot of video essays. But what do you draw from for your videos?
It's varied at different points in my channel's history. Recently, some of my biggest inspirations have been Technoblade, because I love his way of storytelling. I think that he is one of the greatest storytellers YouTube has ever had, because he was able to do it without too much work. He just naturally was gifted at saying things, and they would be interesting, and that's what I aspire towards. I've also taken inspiration from MatPat, the Peanut Butter Gamer, although he's not a major inspiration, he was just kind of a minor inspiration. I'm trying to think, who else? There are some smaller YouTubers, you wouldn't know them, I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Thomas Does Game Docs. Thomas Game Docs. He's a great example of some inspiration I've been trying to grab. He's a larger YouTuber.
I don't actually know him.
Not large, but like around my size, I believe.
Who is Peanut Butter Gamer?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Peanut Butter Gamer was a Let's Player / essay YouTuber. Okay. That was very popular in 2010 to 2015.
I feel like I've heard of this guy before.
He was a part of Normal Boots.
Normal Boots.
I believe he was a part of the organization called Noble Boots. So the
one with Jontron?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was a part of that group. I'm looking up the members. Who else was a part of So you have Peanut Butter Gamer, The Completionist, Angry Video Game Nerd. It was a bunch of people.
I see. Okay. Like all of the OG old like.
Yeah. I liked how he would put skits in the middle of his videos. I wanted to emulate that a little bit.
Dude, I love skits. Skits are my favorite thing of YouTube about YouTube,
Dude,
hands down.
Yes. Awesome Sauce. That's a YouTuber I've been taking inspiration from. He only makes videos on Melee, Smash Bros.
Oh.
That's it, but he does it super well. And
Look,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
a
literally
sucker
looking
for
at a list.
really well done things that are just stuff I wouldn't like care about, but it's like, nope, he's in.
Yeah. And that's all I can think of right now. There is another small YouTuber though. I'll mention him for just for the sake of posterity.
Yes.
Named Learn the Lore,
Learn the Lore.
nobody knows. Nobody knows Learn the Lore. I knew about him when I was younger because I loved his acapella video about the A Link to the Past, which is an old Zelda game.
Ocarina of Time? I think I'm familiar with that one.
No, A Link to the Past. Did I say Ocarina of Time? Very sleep deprived.
I may have heard Aka something.
Yeah, it's A Link to the Past, and I eventually got to meet him and do an interview with him one time, which was very surreal. But
yeah?
his whole style of video commentary struck me as not unique, but just really well done with his presentation and accentuated what I wanted to be like with my personality. So I've taken a lot from him. But his channel is only 1,000. Oh, I think
Really?
2,000 subscribers now. Yeah. At the
How
time,
many-
I thought it was huge. I didn't realize that until years later.
That's weird. How many people like in the Zelda community have you met in person?
In person or
Yeah,
like
because you said you met that guy in person, right?
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Discord call is what I mean.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, no, I've never met anybody in the Zelda community in person, unfortunately.
It'll happen one day.
Yeah. Again, the sleep deprivation is getting to me. My
No, it's all
commentary is
good.
turning to mush.
No. It's good. It's good. I think you do really good commentary. All those unlisted videos I've seen, they're all good.
Thank you.
I think
Maybe
you
I'm just too self-conscious. I don't feel like they're
think
quite up to
a
the
lot
par.
a lot of people are with that. I think the actual like commentary and all that, like it isn't a matter almost of like being able to be that interesting when you're talking. But it's more like when you're in the edit, knowing what to cut, right? Like
Yeah.
like because it's like most people aren't going to be doing the full like Markiplier Let's Play, and even if they do, they still cut like tons out, right? Like
Yeah.
same with like PewDiePie when he was doing that. Like their videos are like 20 minutes, where they finish a game in like 8 parts. It's like that's not the whole game. They definitely cut out stuff, right? So it's like you just cut everything down to exactly what is necessary for your video. And like for me, I'll focus on a something that's like funny. Like I did a drawing stream recently, and
I think I saw that thumbnail.
I made that into a video called like Trim to Fat, exactly, yeah. And it was called like Scribble.io is like the worst or whatever. And that video is like 2 minutes, and that stream was an hour long, right? And it's only like 2 minutes because there's only 2 minutes of stuff worth keeping in there, right? So when you do like a video where you're just live talking, right? Like for example, the next video that's gonna come out, I recorded 20 minutes of audio for that. It's only 7 or 6 minutes long because there really isn't, all the rest of it wasn't worth keeping in, right? It's like kill your darlings almost too. It's like,
Oh my gosh, please don't say that. You're giving me flashbacks to my professor of video at Houghton, my university.
I actually
And
maybe it's
I hated it when she used it against me because it was like with a video clip that I thought made sense and she disagreed. So I added it
see.
anyways and she docked me points. But
There's
I stand by it. I
think
stand
it's
by it. But
maybe-
yeah, I agree with you. 100%. There's definitely moments where you got to edit like stuff out that's like, yeah, this is good.
Kill
This
Your
is good,
Darlings
but
is
like
kind
it's
of
not gonna
dumb
help you.
saying, but it's more like it's like, think about it in like a number scaling. Like this other guy, he does like, I think the best editor on YouTube, Brody TV. He's like super edgy, and also like he's about the same size channel as you, but he gets like 10K views because he's just insane, and his videos are not algorithm friendly at all. But his editing is the most over edited thing I have ever seen. Like his videos are a tour de force of like editing. It just there's like almost, I would say, no substance to them, but they are the most over edited. That's not no substance. They're just like
No,
on the
no, no, no,
street
no, 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 no.
stuff, but-
I actually know what you're talking about. I've had a run-in with another YouTuber in the Zelda community who does something similar. A very small YouTuber. I won't name names. Who over edits their videos.
Yeah.
And it's clear they're like trying to follow in the footsteps of somebody like MatPat with Game Theorists, right? Making like a really cool edited video, but they don't got the skill for it sometimes. So it comes out like mush, or it's like, listen,
Yeah.
there's way too much happening on the screen. Can you just like not
Yeah.
for a second? I
They're
just
like-
want to hear you.
It's like slow it down. Taking away from it would actually help. With this guy, it's
Yeah.
not quite that case. He is like undoubtedly a king, undisputedly a king, but he just has like the worst sense of humor that exists. I think that might be it. Because
okay.
it's
So
like
a different problem.
he's hitting exactly what he wants to do. It's just what he wants to do is not super approachable, right? Like he's I'm talking like you know Filthy Frank or like those kind of people, like edgy people from back in like before they couldn't make any money. He's like the most insane version of that. Swoop transition to Vine Boom to Crossfade. It's not even like that. It's even worse than that. Like not worse than that. Sorry, I mean like this guy is on another plane of existence. I am talking. You watch his videos, you'll go, I can't watch this because it's like not at all going to be to anyone's taste. It's barely to my taste. I find his videos more uncomfortable than a lot of the time than funny. But the editing is so undeniably good that you can't say that they're not edited well. You just can't.
Okay, so it is edited well. It's just
it's not even
sense of
well.
humor.
It's godly. It's godly. Like this guy takes nothing and he will turn it into the greatest visual spectacle of all like possible time that you could ever see. You could like I couldn't do this. Like it's so good, right?
okay.
So
So
now this
not quite the same as what I was saying.
no,
very
no.
different. Actually.
Yeah, a high quality, incredible production value, but in the end, it's like gold-plated turd. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's like it's just like what he does is he just like makes a fool of himself in public, right? And like that's the plot of every single video. So there's no like storytelling really. There's just like a moment, and then there's another moment, and there's another moment. But like some of the moments can have like build up and storytelling in them, right? So like it's not all of it's not trash or anything. Like I just like I think that certain amount of it's just there is a totally unwatchable element of it where it's so edited that you just like I would have cut half of this out, but instead he's like I will put in 1,000 hours of effort into making this all watchable, I guess. But it's like I don't know, it's just the vibes are really messed up with his videos, I guess. That's like the vibes aren't hitting, but the editing production values are really there. I don't know, I still watch his videos. It's not like that bad, but it would be, I think, to like most people. That's why his channel doesn't get the views, I think.
You will be stimulated while watching. Yeah.
It's I don't even know. It's like he won't compromise. It's like he's like an auteur, right? But it just what he wants to make is just not that appealing, I guess. It's really hard to describe. It's like really almost gross, his videos. I don't know. It's like really it's just like he has a way of filming and a way of presenting that's completely his own. But it comes with the downside of being like not something. It's like something where it'll make you more uncomfortable than it's making you laugh, and like it's supposed to be funny. Like that's the goal. But he showed me his editing Bible, like because he does these like things in Discord where he'll like live stream himself editing his videos. I like watching him edit. It's like the craziest. Like what he has working on his projects are unhinged. The amount of edits he puts into something. Like he puts more work into a throwaway video than I have in my entire channel. Like I'm telling you, like it's actually crazy. But
I love this like whole conversation. Like this is convincing me. Like I need to be less like, worried about is everything perfect in the video. Is this going to be like the most engaging piece of media ever? And just put some stuff out and occasionally have videos like that. Like that's a better balance.
Yeah, it's better. Well, he's like, and the funny thing is he tells himself like in his editing Bible, because I was curious, like I want to know what he does, and it's like he says, don't over edit things. Is the first thing on his no editing list, on his editing like chops. It's like don't over edit, and it's like That's crazy. He also says one thing is don't overwatch, which I actually think is really, really good advice. Over
That one is true.
Too.
I saw that tip on a YouTube productivity video once, and I've been doing that ever since. Just
Yeah,
stop overwatching.
it's like you watch your same clips over and over again. It's like you watch your videos after you made them. You can do that. Like I do that. I go on the nostalgia binge of my old stuff, and I go, yeah, this was so good. Why am I not as good as this anymore? Stuff like that. But
Yes, I have that all the time.
it's like I peaked.
I'm worried that I peaked when my channel first exploded, but I know that I can edit better and tell better stories. I just haven't gotten to my gold content yet.
Think about it like this: you just had not enough years have gone by for it to be nostalgic yet. I think that's what it is, because you're not getting any. You're seeing your stuff as it came out. You just spent 10,000 hours looking at it. You're sick of your videos, right? Even like if you try to not overwatch, you're probably like done by the end of it, right?
That is so true.
So, it's like you'll look back on this with nostalgic views once you've like forgotten the pains that went to creating it, you know. And then it's like it's what gets nostalgically rose tinted is what you'll like know was actually good, you know.
That's poetry right there.
But one of his the guy's tips that I think I've taken to heart the most, especially when I was editing the most recent video, which was that live stream highlight thing, was it's like if it's not a 7 out of 10 joke, don't keep it in, right? There's not a 7 out of 10 like moment or something, right? Like this is like applies more to I guess comedy, but you can take it as pretty much anything. Like if this is not a 7 out of 10 on the scale of watchable, you know, cut it out. It shouldn't be there. You know, like I've got a lot of things where I look at it on face value, I go, this is like a 5 out of 10 moment, or you know, a 6 out of 10. Or even a 7 out of 10.
I feel highly validated by that because I'm working on a video right now that is, it's kind of like the not scrap pile. That's too extreme to say, but it's a video that was on the back burner for a long time. My 100 subscriber play button video. Like I got it, but it was like around the release of Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna make this while there's Zelda content that's booming. Like I gotta make the actual stuff. And now I'm going back and making it right now. It's like a 3-minute long video, and I'm looking through and I'm like, there are like 12 dozen jokes in here, but like only like 4 of them are 7 out of 10s. I gotta get rid of all this other stuff.
Yeah, it really is, and it's like a shorter video, even if it maybe is like algorithmically harmful, is always better than a longer okay video.
Exactly.
Right.
So
like
I'm taking it from 17 minutes to just 3 minutes. But like you could do it more extreme than that. Like take a 3-hour video to 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes is like that's great. 17 to 3, it's like that is a good cut margin. That's so much of it that obviously just didn't need to be there, right? And it's like if you
admittedly, just for ad revenue, if you can get to the is it? The 8-minute mark, then that's the best. But yeah.
I swear it gets good eventually. Just finish the first 2 seasons. That's the same thing. Showrunners could learn a thing or two from that. Like, a lot of stuff doesn't need to be in a lot of things and going too far. But that's the same thing for storytelling. It's like, cut out the stuff that doesn't need to exist. Like, everything needs a purpose. Your videos are similar. It's like, if the purpose of this video is to make people laugh, if you're not making people laugh, you failed the video's purpose, right?
You failed. Go away. Go home. Look at yourself in the mirror, buddy.
If it's exactly, but it's like it doesn't need to be in this video if this isn't that funny. And it's like make the video shorter and funnier. That's way better than longer and less funny. It's just like that makes sense. Longer, less funny. Who's gonna watch that? Honestly, like sure, maybe you won't get that ad revenue money as much, but you'll start to build up a fan base that understands that you've got a shorter is funnier and you do good and what you make is good. So then they'll want a 10-hour version of whatever. Eventually, you know, you might get to that point. You make one, it's going to make even more money because you have that audience, right?
Swack is making a really good comment. That Peanut Butter Gamer was the exact same. It was about the humor, not just the topic. So like he could explain things very concisely if he ever wanted to. It's clear he has the talent for that, but he chose to make things longer a little bit because it would help get a comedic point across. Like there's a whole balance to this.
There's like making it short and concise, but then there's also like that might not be really the purpose of the video, right? Other people can do that. I struggled with like make it longer.
So hard, yeah. Like I mean, when I was first getting large, I was like, man, everything needs to be like way more concise. Just this funny bit gone. Taking a few seconds to process what happened, gone. You need to go from boom, 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 like point on the list, point on the list, point on the list. And I'm now realizing. No, especially after watching the EVE Online video.
Yeah,
you can take time to slow down and think about things.
Pacing
And
is
short,
important.
yeah,
You need that
like
breath, you know?
yeah, shorts have also taught me this because I've watched shorts and I'm like, this is too much, guys. I can't keep up with this. Can we go slower? No.
I think with shorts, I don't know. There is an innovation to be made of shorts content where it's like actually good, but for the current moment, I think that it just exists as like a dopamine addiction hole. Like it exists for you to
So
open up
sad,
shorts and then you disappear for 2 hours and then you wake up. You're like, what happened? Like I am so happy I managed to cut out that short content out of my life entirely because it's like I went from being addicted to Instagram Reels to being addicted to YouTube. And I'm so much happier that I watch like 10-minute videos now for the rest of the entire day instead of watching 10-second videos for the entire day. Because I remember the videos I watch and they do like have pacing and they make me feel like an emotion, you know, when I watch them most of the time, even if it is like trash. Like whatever I'm watching, like so I'll watch a good video, I'll watch a bad video, but there's like with shorts, it's like you don't remember the videos. You could have watched a good short, but you don't remember it because it's buried under crap and it doesn't leave an impression. Like very few shorts videos leave impressions in my mind, and
yeah. And I get that with Instagram too. Like oftentimes we'll say, I'm gonna quit social media, and you just convert to the next one.
Yeah,
you don't actually quit. I've actually been doing a lot of work to try and prevent that, and I think one life hack is two life hacks are put limits on your screen time for each app on your phone. That one helped a lot. I don't watch YouTube hardly at all on my phone now. I watch like 5 minutes a day if I watch anything. And then the other one is make your phone black and white. Put it into grayscale mode so that when you watch videos, it looks like garbage, really. Just everything looks like garbage on your device now. It works.
That's a good idea. I took like a scorched earth approach and I removed like everything from my phone, so I only have like Duolingo on my phone. So if I want to do anything,
I have Duolingo too. What language are you doing?
I'm doing Japanese.
Really? Okay, that's ambitious. I'm going with just Spanish.
No, that's probably an achievable goal.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a fortunate position, I guess, where my girlfriend speaks Japanese, so I get to like there's like an incentive to me, you know. Like she's from Japan, so it's like
no way. Okay, well,
yeah,
congrats.
I got like a real motivation to do it. I'm also taking Japanese classes in college, and I found that like you combine Duolingo with college classes, and it actually helps a lot. Like this is my second time taking this class because I was gonna fail this first time I did it because I just like learning like a language class. I think with the European languages it's like totally like doable. It's like if you used to like, oh, that's totally like reasonable. But for me, when I was doing like the Japanese, I was like, this shit's difficult. It's just like so
unenviable.
Much so different, but like at the same time it's like I like it. I like the language. I think it's cool. And I think I like a lot of Japanese media, so it's like I think it's worth it long term. But yeah, Duolingo's like they've just got such a long course. I don't know. I started doing it daily though. I'm on like day like 125. It's crazy.
Whoa. Okay, that's really good. When do you schedule that?
I don't.
don't?
I have like a phone addiction, right? Like I'm like addicted to the internet. So I got rid of every single application on my phone. Like I got rid of all my games. I got rid of Instagram. I have like nothing that would distract me. Like even like YouTube on my phone. I don't really watch YouTube on my phone, so it's like that's not as big of a pull for me. And anyhow, I've like cut my computer. Like there's nothing. I open my phone. It's like, what am I gonna do? Duolingo, I guess. So I just do it. Like I don't have a schedule for it. I just like it's like when I remember to, I do it. Yeah, I am chronically online. Like I used to be chronically on Instagram Reels, and then I removed that, and then it's like, what am I gonna do on my phone? I'm just gonna do that. And what I noticed though, my favorite thing about Duolingo though is it's a game, right? And my brain is like completely wired to take in as much dopamine as possible. So when I realized that you got like points and coins and shit for like doing a word, right? You know, you can like gamify it. You have lives, and then it's like you've got a scoreboard and a leaderboard. That like hooked me in for the first like month or two. It's like not nearly as strong anymore now. I just do the minimum, but it hooked me in there long enough for me to like build it into a like if I don't do the streak for that day, I get upset. I'm like, why would I do that? You know, and they have like these streak things that like save you from dying or whatever, from losing it. Like you can get like a pause or whatever, right? But I was like, whoa. This I just need to do it now. It's like a part of my, it's a part of like not even my routine, because I don't have, I actually am I'm so unstructured. I don't have a routine, but it's something that like something that just kind of, it just happens. You just have to do it. You're like, I know, even if it's like 10 minutes before the end of the day, I know that I have to do it. It's got to get done. Otherwise I'm going to be like deeply upset with myself somehow. It's just like, it just feels natural to open it up and do a quick lesson, you know?
Yeah. I want to try it now. Like now I just want to like try and go daily now that I know that you're doing it. Maybe I just need somebody to be accountable with me. I got a friend that I know who might be able to do that.
Oh yeah, having somebody else do it. I started it with my friend as well, and he fell off after a month, but I continued, and I continued just despite him every day.
Swag, it appears you have a new fan with
Yeah.
or Saplo, you have a new fan in Swag. Like he's discovering what I've discovered a long time ago, that you are one of the most relatable people ever.
If I know a failed clone, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliments there, I guess. I'm glad you find me relatable.
You're just very down to earth, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just chill. Everything you say has a reason for it. You're not like mindlessly doing things, but you also aren't overthinking them either. You do them.
Oh, I'm glad you think that. I find myself, I find that I dominate conversation a little too much. I have like a problem.
We are YouTubers. It is our job to dominate conversation.
That is true. That is true. I think I might have a mild to moderate narcissistic personality disorder of some kind. I think I do. I think I'm like
We love
I have
attention.
that a bit. Yeah,
We enjoy it.
It's so I want the focus on me. It's gotta be me.
There's a healthy amount of that.
That's true. Yeah. It's good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying my takes on things.
Yeah. And even if I didn't agree with your takes, I think it's important to get takes
that's
just in
true,
general.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
keep yourself open to those alternate possibilities.
That is true. Yeah, other people's opinions are important, even if they're wrong.
Okay.
That's what I like about opinions. Mine's always correct, and everyone else's is wrong. But I still listen. I relate. I always subconsciously relate to the convo towards myself, and then think about yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I gotta get that. What do you call it? Where they imprint on you, and then they become like a devoted follower of your religion. What do you call that? Simps.
Devoted follower.
Like
Simp.
yeah, not simps though. Like the one where it's just like, do people, they do it with streaming where they have that
Parasocial relationship?
Yes. I gotta develop that now. I'm gonna abuse the parasocial relationship.
Yeah, that's actually really scary for me because I have a lot of younger people who watch me.
Mm-hmm.
And I try and impress on them all the time, like, guys, you're watching my videos now, but you won't forever. Don't grow too attached. There'll come a day.
Yeah.
I always try and mentally prepare myself for that. That like I'm not going to be a famous YouTuber forever, even if like mildly famous. And I have to remind myself of my own YouTube mortality.
That's
even
true,
YouTube.
yeah.
YouTube won't be forever. YouTube will die someday. It's just a website.
There's, I think, adaptation though. I think it's like you'll change into something else. Like
Yeah.
that you'll everyone will adapt at some. There's a method to the madness. People, it'll be fine. But at the same time, it's like it is kind of important to not have like to distance yourself from like crazy fan people. Because I even had like I make Minecraft videos, so I have a bit of a child audience as well. And I had like a 12, was he 12 or he was like 9? No, he was 11. An 11-year-old boy like imprint on me. He joined the Discord server and he like fucking just was like, you're decided to be, like make me his friend or whatever the hell, and he would like message me all the time. It was like really like kind of like it was too much really. It was like almost, it was really weird actually.
Well, listen. We've all been there too, because all of us have like had that one person we really look up to, and we don't realize that it's too much to ask to be friends with them because they are doing too much for everybody.
Yeah, and
like I had that actually. That small YouTuber I'm talking about earlier, Learn the Lore. that exact thing happened. Like I interviewed him, I'm like, wow, we're like friends, and I'm like realized like, oh wait, no, we're not. No, wait, no. He's busy with his own life.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like that, and then there's but it's just like with him, he was like, he's like 11, and it's like, that's like against TO. You can't have 11-year-olds in your Discord server. I'm sorry. So
yeah, that's even younger, so it's an even bigger problem.
We ended up like banning him from the server, and I got a message 2 years later saying he still hates me for it. I'm like, I think honestly, like, here's the thing, like, I think I did that guy sort of a favor, because like you should not be 11 and on Discord. You just should do it's like, first off, it's illegal. Second off, Discord is the worst place for a child to ever be. Like, this is this is facts. At least in my experience, I cannot endorse Discord as a safe place for like children. Like with like maybe like in those like registered community like servers where they have like the big like people or whatever, right? Like the ones where they have like 100,000 people in it, and it's like a official Discord server. Whatever. The ones that they have you can look up the community, that might be okay, but like the pits to which like I know that the Discord degeneracy hole goes, like I cannot, like I don't want to even be remotely connected to like bringing more children into this website. Like it's not good for them.
I think that there's a balance there. Like my server, I try and advertise my server as family friendly. My channel as well. I definitely try and gear it towards that. And when my philosophy is, listen, these 12-year-olds are gonna be on Discord. I can't stop that.
That's true. Yeah.
But I might as well provide a space where it's not as toxic. Let it escape from that.
I would say like probably your approach is healthier for like getting those, developing the children or whatever, in a way that's not as like teaching them about the internet and whatnot. I guess that comes from your like substitute teacher background, but like.
Well, actually, it started before my substitute teaching background, but
it influenced.
That's because before I was a substitute teacher, I was a summer counselor and a after-school teacher.
So you've got like the experience for that, totally, right?
Yeah, I like to think, and I also try and do things that encourage people to get off Discord as well. For instance, during the holiday season, I usually will shut down the Discord server, so you can only send one message every 24 hours.
Oh, that's so cool. That's actually great. That's great.
And what I do is I make it an FAQ server. You can ask me any question you want, but you only can send one message every actually 12 hours. Discord only lets you do 12 hours as the timer, but like effectively that's gonna be a 24-hour timer for most people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. I like that. I think my main thing is that I think I wanted to keep my space is not a child friendly thing.
No, like, you have a mature audience, so you want to like make sure that you're only getting mature people. That's justified, right? We're working with different.
That's true. Demographics or whatnot. Yeah.
Demographic. Yeah. Like the Zelda community is already a almost family-friendly community, like very close to it, if not entirely, right?
Yeah, so it fits your
because
more
it's
a
kid's game.
Yeah.
Your content is more like essay content with deep thoughts, and it's like, this is for like mature people.
Well, a little bit. I mean, I don't even do that many essays. I'm more of like I like the humor. I like the edgy humor. I'm a big edgy humor guy, and I know
and that's not. Yeah, you don't want 11-year-olds getting into that too soon.
It's like I'm like, look, the best way to have the worst reputation about your channel is to have a bunch of 11-year-olds spouting things they just don't understand.
Exactly.
You don't like, even like I would consider the YouTube greats like Filthy Frank and whatnot. Like by the end of it, like the guys were so tired of like was it 15 like 11 to 15-year-old 11 to 17-year-olds, like one of the guys, he made a whole song about how he wants to get a vasectomy and then he said like don't talk to me if you're under the age of 18 or whatever, because I don't want to talk to you because you're just like the worst people ever. It's like, I just stop, and it's like, I think it's kind of important to, at the very least, like kind of keep a distance when there should be a distance,
Exactly. Oh, that's so real when substitute teaching. That is so real, because the kids at the school, they know, I should say students, they're not all kids, some of them are close in age to me, but a lot of the students know that I'm a YouTuber, and they'll be in the halls, and they'll be like, yo, it's Bread Pirate, and I'm like, that's Mr. Brewster to you, we're at school right now. Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Gotta have that professional distance.
Yeah, that's That's good. Yeah, like I feel like maybe also in like even like the Minecraft YouTuber space, there's not enough distance between their child fans and the adults that are there. You know,
No.
there's like it's like there's a reason there's like a running sort of like joke about how like once you hit a million subscribers, you either like what is it like change you stop uploading or you change your content or you become like a pedophile, right? Like there's the two things, and it's like
That's so real, though.
it's like yeah, it's not, it shouldn't be,
You're
but it
ruining my
is.
childhood right now. Now that I think about it, like
Yeah,
all these people.
It's like
Ugh.
it's either or, and it's like there is a certain like I mean, I've been lucky that most of the guys that I watched never did anything like that, but it's like there is like a certain like when if you cover something like Minecraft, which is like less of a child's game than it used to be, I guess, but it's still a child's game.
Because all those children grew up.
Yeah, you want to if you're gonna make content that's for someone who is not a child, you want to make sure that the child is not. You don't target the child, and if you're gonna target a child audience, don't involve yourself with the children. You know, like I think.
Yeah. That's a big struggle for me. Like, I would love to be able to cater to both audiences because I have a child inside of me that's like, man, I want to make content that would have been cool to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I first started getting into YouTube. But then I also want to make sure that my videos aren't like just geared towards children. Like, they should be able to be enjoyed by an adult audience as well. It's a challenge.
I
worry sometimes my voice, for instance, like my voice is like, you know, it's very sing-song. It's like up and down and up and down. And like, is that like appealing to just kids, or like would an adult be annoyed by that? I don't know.
I think I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think the presentation style. I mean, like obviously, like when I think adult, I think like 40 to 50-year-old man, and I go, they don't even watch YouTube.
Oh, okay. So you're talking to like me and you were like young adults.
I would I would say that like that is because we grew up with the internet, you know, like if I think adult, you're talking about like somebody who still
30s.
is like either even in their 30s, like those people they grew up they didn't grow up with the internet, but they grew up like right when it was created, right? They were able to use it as a tool more than like the Zoomers or whatever, right?
Oh my gosh! If I do sound like a Fallout radio presenter, then I have achieved my dream in life because that was one of my inspirations. I completely forgot about that.
Well, then you nailed it on the head right there.
I guess I did, yeah. But I guess I took inspiration from two radio announcers, and I'm probably only exhibiting one of them.
Hey, I think
the one is John Henry Eden, and the other one is Three Dog, and I think it's clear which one I ended up becoming more like.
I don't think people find radio presenters that annoying, so I think you're fine. You know.
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. I think
I'm winning.
so. Yeah, you don't have like a super child-sounding voice. Like I would say, Pat, he has a kind of almost a, like he's like someone where it's like he makes videos for children, right? And it's
he's
like
very excited all the time in the video. There's no moment of pause.
Comes off as very like not adult. You know, it's very like but it's like more that is not really because Pat's voice is like a child's. Well, you listening to that, it's like it's more like his presentation style is meant for children, right? So it's like if
hey there, guys, welcome to Game Theorists. Today we're gonna be analyzing. Is FNAF made of pizza, right? It's like everything's extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just because when you get to that size, it's like that's the only way to sustainably do it, which is
it's
bad.
That's whatever. But it's like
and he enunciates really hard. Swack is right.
you can avoid like coming off as a child's like entertainer just by making something slightly less high key. You know,
making something a little bit more low key.
Yeah, it's like I think your videos like hit a nice medium in there, you know, where it's like
I don't think at first it did, but I think I've been getting better at it over time. I hope I am.
I don't feel baby.
I never know because it's hard to see from my perspective. I can't really tell. It has to be a viewer who knows.
I think that's where there's like a little bit of that like getting those test watches from people, you know, like target demographics or what. You could even do that with like what do you call it? People who watch your videos, you know, like you have a base of people who are fans of the channel, right? They would probably be the best people to tell you what like sounds good or how it sounds, you know, like
I get so many answers though. I've had people say I sound like.
Oh yeah.
I've had people say I sound like Pat. I've had people say I sound like PBG. I've had people say I sound depressed whenever I do a low key video. It's all over the board,
Wow.
man.
Okay.
I can't
all
even
right.
trust my analytics though. Like my YouTube analytics for what ages people are who are watching my content.
Like,
Something just feels off about them.
what did the analytics? What did they say?
Let me just screenshot it. I have it pulled up.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. This is for the last 28 days. My content. I wish I had a way of sharing it with people. I can.
I can.
No,
I
I
can
can't.
screen share it on here. I'll do that real quick.
Oh, you have to leave to do that?
I just don't want to get killed by a zombie. A Windows capture. I think this is it right here. There we go, people. So, this is it. You've got male as 26%. No, 72%. Female 26. I think that kind of makes sense. Nintendo's products are very all demographics, right? So I feel like women also like that kind of thing. And then you got
that makes sense. That checks out.
13 to 17 is 12%. 18 to 24 is 27%. 25 to 34, 16, and then 35 to 44 is 27.
That's the one that's very weird to me.
Well, I think that's not weird. That makes sense because anything above the age of 30, 35, those people have kids, right? So there are children who use a family laptop, right?
Whoa,
you're
right.
I
never thought of that.
So that's the 27% that's children, and then there's the 12% that are 13 to 17. So if you add that together, you've got roughly like 40% of your viewers are children.
How do you guess that? Like, wait, whoa, how do you guess that? Have you ran into this before?
I actually watched Matt Pat, actually. Yeah, Matt Pat was like, I want to prove that children don't watch my videos or something. So he pulled up a statistic, and he said that there weren't that many people who are within the ages of 35 and 40, so that, that or 60 or whatever, that proves that people who are that age aren't actually proves that there aren't that many children watching. But
I'll defend Matt Pat for a second. I do really enjoy his videos. Like, some of them, I don't watch him religiously, but he makes some videos which I'm like, dang, he's spitting facts, and the guy is incredibly smart.
Yeah, no, that's undeniable. I think he what is it? He has like a lot of like a lot of older fans. Like, I know that my cousin, he's like 23 and he watches every single Matt Pat video. He doesn't even say he enjoys it either. He just says he's like, I have to watch every single one. I don't even know why. I don't even like them.
That's a little bit messed up.
But it's like, he like hate watches them. I don't even know. He does watch them though, right? And so I think it's like Matt Pat might be having a sort of syndrome where it's like the children who watched Matt Pat growing up, like me and whatnot, do like watch their have that kind of thing. They watch that they watch the videos out of nostalgia. Like, I'll watch it. I know who he is. I used to watch him, and I might watch him again at some point when I get older, because I'm like, I want to watch it again. I want to see what he's done. I might, I believe it. I believe that there's an adult audience for that. Saplo, you have a godly female viewer statistic for a gaming/media creator. LOL. Do I? Is it one? Who are the female viewers who watch this channel? I think I made a joke in a video that I had a 1% female viewership, and that needed to change. You need to go back down to 0.
That was not where I thought that was gonna go.
Yeah, I was like, we need to lower. This is too high. This is a crime. It's got to go down. Too many. This is a male-only channel. Please unsubscribe if you are female. You're not allowed. You can't be in here. This is a male space.
Very sexist in here.
Yeah, no, this is a male safe space. We can't take your emotions. Okay. Actually, we can't handle female opinions. That's all it is. It's not even that. It's just.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it was just a joke, but it was like I did my lifetime statistics, and it was like actually like 0.101% were female, and I was like, that's really funny.
Wait, it is really that low?
Yeah, it was. I haven't checked in like years, but it was really that low because I only made 2B videos, and like I don't think there are that many women. I actually do know. There's at least one who did watch my videos at least one point. Mine is 92% male now. Okay, how? I'm gonna look up my statistics now. How do I find that? Male.
You have to go to analytics.
Do I count as female if I like men? I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of gotta ask yourself that question. That's how
up
society
to you
works.
to decide. Okay, let me just log out so I don't die. I'm gonna look up my statistics right now.
Do you have one monitor?
I have two. I have two
You
monitors.
have two. Oh, interesting. But you have to log off the game to do that.
Well, it's just like no, I don't have to log out. I just log off so I don't die.
Oh, okay. I'm like
like
in a
it-
cave right now, so I'm not like
Yeah,
I'm waiting for grass to grow. I'm a grass
So-
guy.
Channel analytics, and then where do I find it? Sorry, I missed audience.
Okay, so
right?
channel audience. Yep, audience all the
Should-
way to the bottom left.
Should I do lifetime?
You can
or-
actually. I didn't do lifetime. I did the last 28 days, but I'll
Okay.
click lifetime and see if mine changes.
Yeah. Okay. Over the last 28 days for me, here I'll just share this screen. Windows capture. It is the statistics here are 100%
change.
male. 100% male.
100% male.
And 100%
Mine's almost a quarter women.
I got wow. Well, look, I think Legend of Zelda. That's a game that like all my female friends know. So I think there's.
Okay,
I think
yeah,
there's,
that's
I
fair.
think Zelda is like their interest. You know.
Zelda
Like,
and Animal Crossing, right?
and then
Those are the Nintendo.
18 to
female
24, 100% my demographic. But also like in the last 28 days.
Wait,
how many-
really? 18 to
gotten-
24?
I've gotten 800, almost 900 viewers in the last 28 days. So it's like a kind of a small pool of people. I think that makes sense.
Oh,
that
okay,
it's,
okay.
Like only like those. But over the lifetime, let's see.
Is it literally 100% or is it
It's
more
actually
so-
100%. Literally 100%.
It is. Wow.
So
That's
over
crazy. That's still crazy to me.
over a lifetime, I have 1.2% female, 98.8% male, and 77% 18 to 24-year-olds. And then
You hit your market
Yeah.
when you stuck
I
with
got-
it. Holy cow.
I have people who are me. I make videos for people like me. I guess I get people who are me, like because it's like my age, my gender, watch my videos.
Oh, what about countries? Scroll up a little bit.
Okay, countries. 30% United States.
That's way lower than mine. Mine is 56% USA.
I guess it's probably because my channel's smaller and I send a lot of my videos to my Canadian friends, like watch it, right? But United
The
States,
Canucks, of course.
yeah, Canada, but even then it's like Canada. Why is it only 30%? Because it's like that doesn't
Canada's
actually make a lot of
30%
sense.
for you?
It says 30% of my views
Oh, USA.
are
USA
from the
for
U.S.
Canada.
and then it's like from the rest, it's all like 2.8 Canadian, 2.5
This is
UK,
very
and then just 5% and less below.
Yo, Saplo, you gotta get a load of. You're gonna
Okay.
hate this, but I think that you'll enjoy learning this
Okay.
for your own benefit. Apparently,
will.
it's illegal with with YouTube's terms and service agreement
Mm-hmm.
to share your RPM.
What's like AdSense? Per
Yeah, AdSense or CPM, like how much you make per 1,000 views.
Really? Why?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I only learned this because of a Spiffing Brit. He made a video and he
Oh.
was talking about YouTube analytics, and he's like, "No, I can't share this information right now because it's illegal, but it generally would be like this." And I'm
That's
like,
very
"Wait,
odd.
really? You can't share that information? Why not?"
That's
It reeks of fishy capitalism and
Sounds
lack of
to-
transparency.
yeah. It sounds to me like they are trying to make it so you don't talk to each other, so that channels that are like
Channels with high CPMs don't
don't talk
make
to other
others
channels.
jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that sounds really fishy.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
sounds
mind
messed
if
up.
people are getting more CPM than me, because they're doing different content, right? Like that's totally justified.
Yeah.
But let me
Like,
talk about it.
Yeah, we should be able to talk about it. We should be able to share, but I think it's because they probably give individual creators preference.
Yeah. So it's like the
unjustly.
YouTube system prefers you, so you will get better numbers. Yeah,
like
that
think
would make
that's
sense.
Sniper Wolf lady. She's like preferred YouTube. Likes
She's
her.
still a preferred YouTuber.
I think so. Yeah. Like, they said they demonetized her channel, but they didn't. Which is
Yay.
kind of crazy. I think. I don't know. I'm not too caught up on that, but it's like that was like an example of a preferred creator. So she made like extra money off the ads. They're just trying to make y'all don't find out I make billions off every 2-minute video. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Saplo. Not Saplo, Swag.
The
Sorry,
stream
there's two
is a
S
little
names in here. I'm
broken.
getting confused.
Oh no, what happened? Oh! I see what you're talking about.
Ah, that's weird.
Did you see it flip upside down? Minecraft corrupt stream video? Yeah, that's a weird thing that happens sometimes. I don't know what's up with that. Mail says, is this 2B or some other anarchy server? Can I be the person here because I'm male? Can I only be the person here because... Oh, I see. That's a pun. With the male. I got you. This is my server. It's in the description of this stream if you want to join. It's FBF, by the way. If you want to join that, you can. It does kind of look like an anarchy server because this got griefed by hackers, but it's not an anarchy server. You can't hack. The bread pirate is slowly farming bread. Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I need to bread up. Does not know how to do that. I like that you have that command that gets you to say it properly. I forget how you do that. Oh, that was awful. I heard dry hands and cried a little. Dried hands, bro.
Yeah, Dry Hands is the Minecraft song.
Oh.
It's the sister song to Wet Hands. So Wet Hands is more creative and upbeat, and then Dry Hands is just depressing, but nostalgic. Yeah? Like you're longing for your childhood with the slow piano fade. But yeah, the command is /me.
Slash?
I love using that command. And it is so fun to jump onto a server. It is so fun to jump onto a server where people don't know the command and see them just freak out and be like, "Are you an admin?"
Oh yeah.
It happens a surprising amount. But yeah, wow, this is really slow. The tick speed is not helping me. I'm not getting a lot of bread, man.
Where are you right now? I've got some bone meal.
Ooh, well, let me come up to the surface. I'm currently in the caves, but at what previously was
the trees in here. They all got burned. I think there was a griefing thing that happened. I think that's what happened. Nah.
Yeah, another round of griefing.
Another round. Definitely vanilla though, because this is not destructive at all.
If I join this server again, if I start playing on this server again, I feel like I should move out of 00 City for a bit, just so I can have another place to get resources. I don't have a home outside of this on the server.
That's fine. Yeah, I think moving out somewhere is cool. Have you seen the new the finished Flatlands?
No.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
We gotta let's walk. Okay, good idea.
Yeah. It's not far, right? It's no.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's right next. It's not
right
like thousands of blocks out.
No, it's not. No. Oh, you were in a desert? Dude, there are like no desert biomes around here. Is there
I actually was just reading the Hunger Games the other day for
the
one of my subbing for a subbing class. I was subbing that day, and I was technically the dean of special ed that day, so I just would hop into classrooms and just help the teacher there. But the actual teacher teaching the class, like the English teacher, would do all the work. I was just there for the ride, and they were reading the Hunger Games, and I got to sit in on the class and just hear Hunger Games again after many years.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
What?
I only had to teach one class that day.
That's good. I only read the first Hunger Games. I did it with an odd.
That's what we were reading.
Read it. I physically read that one. That was
really
good.
cool. Yeah, they're using Hunger Games as a way of teaching English literature and analyzing stories, which is cool. When I was going to school, Hunger Games was new enough that everybody was talking about it, and teachers were encouraging students to read it, but it wasn't a part of the curriculum.
Yeah. I think one of the English things I had to do was like Of Mice and Men. And it's
yes, that's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic, but it's like, I don't know. It was okay, but I didn't really like writing about it because it's just like so.
Me and you have different tastes.
So old,
okay.
I guess.
I like old things. I actually, for my one of my biggest projects I had to do, we had to do book projects. I chose 1001 Arabian Nights, which is this very old story, and is where all the stories of like Aladdin and the 50
Arabian
Thieves come from.
Good. I like that.
It is a very slow read, and it's the size of a Bible. It is insane. It ended up getting to use it for 2 different projects, so I split it up, and that was awesome. But yeah, so like I have a very different taste. I'm like, okay, if it's a little bit of a slower read. from time to time, and especially as a historian, right?
I think I could do it as an audiobook, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it as like just an actual read. Like I can barely get through a good book. Although I have had in moments where an actual like a book gets its hooks into me. Like if the pacing is slow, I usually won't like be able to finish it. But if it's like a book that's just like gets you instantly, I'm done. I'll read the whole book in like a day.
I love this power here. It reminds me of Sky Wars, like something you'd see in Sky Wars, and there's chests at the top.
Who made this actually, but
and using bricks in building, I always love seeing bricks in building.
Bricks? Oh yeah,
in
bricks.
old Minecraft.
Because they feel so old, because they don't really, I don't think they fit that well with most builds, but they just is like, it's so underused now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the finished product. Do you want to go up the stair? Let's go up the staircase over here, actually.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's right here. This is just done. I did 3 levels of block placing. Good books are so hard to finish for me, but watching the Subway Surfers at the time, it's worse. At the same time, makes it worse.
I gotta find your name tag. Are you going up?
I'm going up. I'm up this staircase.
Was it just the? Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you were going up the spiral staircase.
Oh, it's the spiral staircase.
You're right.
Doesn't actually really work. It's a bit messed up right now, but yeah, I don't even know why. I put torches on all this shit.
No mobs. Whoa.
Yeah. And then I did it on the 3rd level too. I don't even know why I did this.
How do you do this? Like, why? What compelled you?
I wanted to make I wanted to make it way better than this. Like have like 3 level tiered civilization. You know. Let's get that F8 mode. Like a tiered. We were gonna do like there's a 3 tiers of society, and at the top is the highest of class of society, and all the people.
But these are just grids. Peasants. What would you have put on them?
Houses and stuff, like farms.
Oh.
And
and you would fill it with dirt in each of the squares, or?
Yeah, it would have been like multiple layers, but then I was like, this is too much work, so we're just gonna make 1 layer, which is this, and then we're gonna make a smaller layer at the top, and then it can just look really impressive, even though it's like. It is what it is, you know. This is just like at the end of the day, I think
it's already impressive as is.
Minecraft projects are ones that are just they just exist for no purpose, and they're huge and completely purposeful.
Those are the ones that last the longest on servers, I notice.
Yeah, those are the
ones that are abstract shapes, and you look at them, and griefers are like, that's not worth blowing up. It's too big, and nobody's using it. Right? It's just a strange function thing.
The first thing to go is always a farm.
Yeah, farms go, but these weird structures, even if you blow up part of them, they'll still linger in their dilapidated state. It's beautiful, really.
It is a nice little thing here. What is in? There's like a chest. Okay, out of F8 mode. I don't want to fall and die. Let's see.
Nothing in here.
No. I remember. I think I got a lot of stone from this particular one or something. Oh, let's go into here. I love old school buildings made with bricks or cobblestone. Cobblestone, like OG cobblestone textures, one of my favorite textures. It's just so good. Okay, so let's walk through here. Careful.
I love making small builds because you can build them in a day at the beginning of the game, and my attention span. Well, not my attention span, but like my motivation can stay high throughout.
That's true. I like that as well. I don't know why I'm so like I was working. This is my other project. We're working on a spiral staircase that goes up.
But no, like everybody's different, right? For me, if I work on a big project, I'm gonna feel unmotivated afterwards, and kind of similar to buying a bunch of games on Steam and not playing them. I would have that feeling of, oh, I've wasted all my time. I'm bad at Minecraft because I can't finish my projects. Where if I do something small, I'll think, oh, hey, like I accomplished this little thing, and I feel good about it, and it's cute. So I have an entire, and I have an entire Discord channel. Well, I have a private Discord server where I take notes of things, and one of the channels is dedicated to small Minecraft builds. If I ever want to make one. This spiral staircase is phenomenal.
Oh really? You like it?
I like this.
Yeah. It was I noticed I put a lot of dirt in here, so it's my dirt now. And then I was gonna make a tunnel that just goes out this way. Like, look at this. This is my favorite thing. I like the design I did for this, but
Swag made a good point. That could apply to YouTube
Mm-hmm.
really well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I gave up on this one here. I don't know. I like it when the task is small and repetitive, but the project's goal is really big because it's like it's always
So you
cool
feel
when
accomplished as you're going.
yeah, it's like where I can stop at any point, and it's just like this goes on forever. It does actually goes nowhere. So
Forever?
It does not forever, just for like 1,000 blocks, and it goes nowhere. This is just like a
Crazy.
leftover of a grief because there used to be like an actual spawn hub base here, but not anymore.
Whoa.
This was like the start. There used to be a bunch of spawn signs. I built it all on one stream with some people.
That is metal. This is a crazy backstory for this place.
Yeah, and then it got wrecked by Barris actually. I think the same day the spawn got completely destroyed.
Notorious. I almost feel like we should ban the name Barris from being spoken.
He's like gonna make him into Voldemort.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
funny. I think I like the idea in the Harry Potter books where they they turn the word Voldemort into an actual word that has power. You know, where it's like before it was just no one said it out of like fear, and then they said now it's like if you say it, you die. You say it,
Really?
it spawns all like in the end, like the later books when they said the word Voldemort, it would tell them the location of tell Voldemort your location.
Really? I forgot about that.
Yeah. Did you go up the staircase?
Oh, no, I just went into the portal. It brought me back
okay.
to 0-0.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I was curious what was on the other side, and now I think it's too late.
Yeah, I'll meet up with you later. I'm gonna go up to the surface.
Actually, Swack is underneath me. I'm gonna MLG water bucket.
You don't do that. You'll die. You can't do it. It's like broken.
Oh, yeah, it didn't work, but thankfully it was a small fall, so it was okay.
Yeah.
So what encouraged you to put like dirt everywhere in spawn?
Cause it looked ugly without dirt. So.
But like now, a lot of things are less functional. I think it
Sort
depends.
of. It just
Like it depends on like where you put it. Like some places I'm like this is good. Other places I'm like, well,
Yeah.
my furnace is covered.
Oh no. That wasn't me. Like the actual inside the castle dirt. That was somebody else who was just gonna turn the whole place into a farm. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, so there's another story behind it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's like
So
all
when you
the
said you were putting
pumpkins.
dirt everywhere, I assumed you meant you were the one who was like putting it
Oh
like,
no.
on
that
like
wasn't me.
walkways and such. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was cute. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't put it on the walkways. That was literally another guy. I don't know why he did it, but I think the same dude put the pumpkins there, and all the pumpkins are from Halloween. It just comes for Halloween.
Nice. Well, I'll have to get rid of some of this dirt. I have to excavate.
Hey, yeah, don't
the
worry
town.
about that. In building your town, you can feel free to do whatever you want. I am.
Oh man, what
indifferent.
was it? There was actually this one controversy that occurred while I was playing on the server. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Barris getting banned? Somebody?
No, I think it was about
Hacking?
the lava wall surrounding spawn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, people wanted to create the lava wall, but I thought it was ugly, so I tried making it stone again. I covered it all with water and got rid of it, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
as soon as I did that, people put more lava down and
Oh yeah, that was
replaced the water.
also Barris.
That was also Barris, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a controversy because people liked the lava, but I think that the lava's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, I don't like the lava look. I like the stone wall look. It reminds me of
Yeah,
because
because it feels like, yeah. That's actually a great point.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
was thinking it just reminds me of old Minecraft more. I love cobble,
yeah, that's
but
true,
lava
yeah.
is moving. It's not static.
Lava just it's too bright. It looks like a wallpaper that's just bad, you know, like where it's like moving and like a moving wallpaper.
I like
or
it behind
something.
glass. I like it when people make edgy builds like that. That's different.
Okay.
That's not the same thing.
That's
though.
true. Like a lava wall is it's almost too bright.
Yeah, too bright.
There's almost like a decayed like. It reminds me of like something like from a FromSoft game, like Dark Souls or something, where it's like just like there's some history of this because like the walls they look like castle walls, and then they always don't like fully become. They always have holes in them, so they look like decayed remnants of a bygone era or something like that.
Yeah. With making lava walls around spawn, calling them Moradors. Such interesting people.
Yeah, we got the quirky gang. Whoa, old Minecraft. Omega Dan Kong. If you want to play the server, it's all in the description. All the information you need.
Well,
Play.
except the version.
No, I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it.
I
Hey,
changed
can
it,
you fix
yes.
that live? I think for new
Yeah.
people who join it, it's fixed, right?
Yeah. He just joined, so I think he'll be fine. But maybe if you refresh the page, it will also give you the correct information. FYI. This server has been on every version of Minecraft since alpha, since one of the earliest versions of playable alpha. I don't have a PC. You can play on your Android phone. You can.
Without refreshing. Oh wow, look at that.
Oh yeah, they've updated things. Like even views and likes update now live.
That part is really cool. Apparently,
like
if you
that.
say stuff like subscribe and like, then it makes it glow or whatever, or like flash. I don't know how that works exactly.
Like if you say.
Wait,
the
Jopes
words
is
or-
here? No way! Welcome, Jopes.
Who's
Jopes is
Jopes?
Jopes is actually, speak of the devil, we were talking earlier about people we wish we could have been when we were younger. Jopes is one of those people.
Oh, yeah?
Jopes literally just was like, yeah, I'm gonna make videos, and I'm gonna make them like really popular and really well at a young age. And I'm like, well, I wasn't Jopes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and he helped me out on my Discord server, setting up a command so that when people join, if they have a name that has pirate in it, then they get a custom role.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You're making
Jopes is great.
the gang.
There is a bit of a gang. It's kind of weird. I feel like I'm starting a posse as a YouTuber. But every YouTuber does that with each other. Like there's always like you're developing
everyone's gotta
alliances
have
and
a gang.
friendships. Yeah, you
Gotta
have to.
a gang. You're not cool if you don't have a gang. Only the cool.
Yeah, all my homies got gangs.
Yeah, all my homies.
Sometimes I feel like the what is his name? The Nick Fury of the Zelda community. With how many people I end up meeting. Yeah. In some ways, that's very literally accurate. Oh, I'm about to die to this skelly. Let's not let that happen.
No.
I'm gonna retreat back into the cellar and make bread.
Good idea. I wish portals were 3 blocks wide so that you could build them and you could put them into. You could just.
Oh yeah, that's why Jopes is a mod. Omega Dan Kong. Yeah, that is exactly why that happened. And I'm not sure how much longer it'll stay that way because Jopes doesn't really need moderator, but also like Jopes is cool, so I'm conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
There is a creeper on the other side of this doorway. Oh, it's dead. Let's go. Winning. This is what winning looks like.
This is peak
Yeah,
entertainment. right now.
Jopes, how devastated would you be if like one day your modding privileges disappeared? Like would you I don't know, like declare war on the bread pirate with your like 70,000 subscribers or something? I don't remember what number you're at. You're at a very
Oh.
sizable number.
Does so Jobs does Zelda videos as well?
No, Jopes does Mario Kart videos actually.
Mario Kart. Oh, that explains the Mario.
A little bit of Zelda, a little bit of Mario Kart. It's a little bit eclectic, I think. Purposefully so, I think. Jopes, you basically do like whatever is catching your fancy at a point, right? I'm not saying anything. I presume Jopes is gone, or Jopes is just typing very diligently away. Oh! Jopes said he's cool if I remove the privileges. Let's go! Let's go. Let's make him simple again. Let's put him back in his place.
Dethrone Jobs. I'm working on this like spawn like look here.
Yeah, but man, I am very jealous of Jopes for having done as well as he has at such a young age. Like, man.
I can do whatever. I don't have a theme. Yeah, that's what I want to get to. I want to get to that point where I could just I just do whatever I feel like, and I do
Well,
that,
Jobs,
but it doesn't get views.
Yeah, Jopes, you do have somewhat of a theme, which is like you're doing it. You include a lot of math in your videos, and it's like essay gaming videos, like what Matt Pat's one friend used to do. Austin, I think. Hey, it's Austin, right? And he's like doing like crazy math theories about how like video game characters would die if they did certain things.
Oh, that guy. I remember that dude. Yeah.
He had to remove all his videos from Game Theorist after they became became a corporation.
Oh, really?
He has his own videos. Yeah, he's re-uploading the videos on his own channel now.
Oh, I see. I see.
Welcome back, Swag.
What?
But yeah, no, Jobs, you have a good thing going for you.
Oh, I never did the farm thing I wanted to do. Oh well. Oh. I forgot to do some farming.
Oh, I have a Discord notification. Who is pinging me at this hour? Oh, it's Dan.
Who's Dan?
Dan is in the chat.
Dan.
Omega Dan Kong.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my. There's so many suspicious holes that I could just accidentally fall into that are near spawn. I fell down to half a heart earlier in the stream. From that, fell down a hole and half a heart was left when I got out. I was very lucky. Yeah, you saw the half heart moment. Yeah, it was riveting. Yeah, I was like completely quiet too. I didn't I didn't go like, oh my god, I just died. I just said nothing. Let it happen.
I'm so like in a what do you call it? Like a trance.
Yeah, I'm in this gamer zone.
I'm just obsessed with my farm right now and trying to get my health up.
Oh yeah, I will get. I've got 38 bones, so let's put them.
38. Do you have any idea how much bread we can make with that?
Let's make
the
a lot.
The economy will be in shambles.
We'll just we have enough to destroy the economy.
Do you have any idea how to get into the hole or into the base?
I don't know where it is, so I have 2 bones. All right, let's
trying to find how to get to you. Actually, I'm having trouble finding you. The main entrance used to be so easy to find. You. Oh, brilliant! Yeah, this is it. This used to be. This is not the main entrance, but we could just make a new. Oh no, that's Swack. That's not you.
Well, I'm behind you. I'm behind you.
You're behind me. Oh, hello there. Let's make a new entrance right here.
Okay. Where is this farm? I will add.
Oh, follow me.
Okay.
Wait, no. This way.
Okay. But back to what you were saying about like well, at the very start, I think you had some very good words about the like keeping like your channel's like a topic, and then you switch from topic to variety. Like, oh, this is cool. I think I need to take some lessons from that, because my I feel like I don't have enough topic. I'll save you, Swack.
What, Swack dying? What's happening?
Well, there's a zombie.
No!
It's all good now. Oh, I like this castle wall. But I think that's a good tip for like smaller YouTubers, because like my most popular like format, I think, is probably more like essay type videos, right? And my most popular
Minecraft essay type, yeah.
My most popular video of that would be probably I think my 2B comic video. And there's a lot of other graphic novels as well as another 2B comic I want to talk about. And I think if I started writing more of those and making those, Swag, do you want a pickaxe?
Me and Swag are literally just hobos.
Yeah, he really. Well, would you like a shovel? You're good.
We have nothing. Is this what being homeless feels like? It must, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna start. This is exactly. All right. I will now bone meal these. I like that bone meal instantly does 1.
Yes, that's so much nicer in this version.
Mm-hmm.
I dislike that in newer versions you need so much. Makes it really expensive.
Especially on trees, because I don't know if I have the tree in the wrong spot, if I'm trying to make like a 4x4 tree.
I know that feeling.
Or it's just not taking enough bone meal. It's really annoying. The sewer lounge.
Bread sewer lounge. Yeah, Swack was on here a while ago and I showed him a bunch of stuff. I don't know which sewer lounge you're looking at quite, but there's a lot to look at.
There's more than a lot.
There's a lot of various lounges because I'm like, I don't know what to fill this area with. Let's put like chairs and a table here.
Several sewage lounge. I like that.
I used to
idea.
have one of my bases be a sewage lounge. It was pretty good.
Dude,
Oh, it's right through the door? Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about.
I really like the spawn base. The spawn base is hype.
Oh, this one. Yeah. You break through here. This is the one that was my base. Unfortunately, there's no supplies here anymore.
It's fun. This is like this like build. This is my favorite build probably on the server. Although there's a really good castle that's also been built. I did a whole stream.
My
about
brother made a really nice castle on the server too. I wonder if I can find out where that is.
Yeah, I'd be curious to
Share
see
it with
that,
you someday.
'cause, yeah, I found. I remember I went through the old beta file when I was restoring all the griefed bases. And
My brother's base was not griefed, I don't think.
I found. Yeah, but he
pretty
didn't
well.
make it in beta, did he?
I don't know. It was around the time I was playing, so it must have been in beta.
Okay. Well, maybe I saw it then. I don't know, cause I went and I think I found every single every base on the server, active and inactive, just like through the overview of this program I was using. Very useful program, by the way.
Wait, like it showed you the map?
Yeah, I downloaded the whole map to
Oh,
restore, but
whoa.
it was like an outdated copy, so there might be stuff now, but yeah. Is this like a semi-anarchy server? It is. Yeah. The idea is there's no cheating. Nobody is cheating, but you can do anything you want besides exploit the game or cheat unless you get my permission to use like a glitch of some kind, but you got to ask me before you do it. Then maybe you can do it. Like I allow certain stuff if it's just cool, but I really hate dupe glitches. It's stuff that crashes the server.
Yeah.
And hacked clients because it's just so unfair. And it turns a server into like a complete mess if you let people just cheat, because it's just too broken. Minecraft as a game is fundamentally too broken for single player it's too exploitable. You know, there's no fairness to someone who wants to play vanilla, and it makes griefing happens too much. And with a small server, it's kind of important to have a lot of bases that remain up, I feel like, so that there's something of value on the server, because if everyone's just cheating, the moment there's something of value, it's gone the next day, right?
Yeah. That's well said.
Like 2B2T, it sucks. Yeah, 2B2T sucks because as soon as you hear about a cool thing, it's gone, right? The nice thing about old 2B is it didn't quite have a culture like that quite yet. So if you heard about something, that just is something that culturally nobody really touched, even though they could have destroyed every base. You know, and it made it like almost more like there's more mythology around things. You know, and it's kind of like other servers are like that, smaller servers. But even then, it's like it takes one guy to spawn in a bunch of withers. Withers, and destroy every base on the server, and then kill the motivation of the only players who play. And it's like, what's the point of having a server and letting that happen if it just kills the player base, you know? So
exactly. Yeah. Balance and everything.
Plus, I like survival more. It's more fun.
Yeah. I like that about the older games because it's older game versions, because it feels like you're really battling the elements and it's dangerous at all times.
Yeah.
But when you start getting netherite and prop 4 and you can swim around the sky with a trident, well, it's a little bit much.
Old Minecraft is just way more hardcore, especially beta like 1.7.3 I think is probably peak, not nostalgia wise, but peak game, because 1.7.3 is a different game than current day Minecraft, I would say, and in almost like every way, every objective, every single part of the game that people play. Is there any like what are like an interest that your channel might have that that like people would be unexpected for you to be like interested in making videos about, or think just something you enjoy that like that's just like you think that other people wouldn't think that you would enjoy, you know, given like what you make and what you focus your channel on?
You know, there are actually some moments where I will have a thing I'm obsessed with, and I'll think like, I don't care if people hate this. I'm going to make a YouTube channel specifically for this thing so I can get it out of my system. And I've done it twice this year already.
Okay.
The first one was Assassin's Creed. I freaking love Assassin's Creed because it's open world, but it's also history.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually have a secret Assassin's Creed channel that I have where I've uploaded 2 videos that are very short. There's not much to them. where I was just like, I wonder if I could make like Assassin's Creed videos decently well, and I think I got pretty good at it, but it was too much time for me to invest because right after that, Tears of the Kingdom came about.
Oh, I see.
And then
That's
recently, the Amazing Digital Circus was a thing that existed, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I fell in love with it, but I tried going online to find out if anybody made a pixelated version of it where it feels like it's actually in the graphics of a 90s video game. Because that's the whole aesthetic of the show, but the resolution is
Oh yeah, it's
4K.
like it doesn't look like a PS5 graphics or whatever, right?
Yeah, so I made a compressed version of the video, and then I uploaded it on its own YouTube channel as well, just for the fun of it, because I was like, that was a cool idea. But it wouldn't
like
fit with
that.
the Zelda thing, so I just make another
good.
place for it and get it out of my system. And like I said
hunt is
earlier,
on.
I love small channels. I loved the feeling of fighting against the system upwards and how every view matters. So I don't really mind if the channels don't get any views. It's like, it's just fun.
Yeah, you definitely got the like fun mindset more. I feel like I need to channel that more because a lot of the times I get like too. I really like this is where like the I really like attention part like comes in.
Yeah.
I'm just like I want to make a video so that I know people watch it. But I do like the idea of secret channels as well, Swacky. Like,
Well, listen, like, it's understandable because, like, I've already hit it. Like, I proved I could do the thing. Whereas you're still trying to, like, prove to everybody, like, yeah, my videos are good and are worth watching. So for me, it's like I'm escaping the spotlight when I do that. For you,
that's true. Yeah,
it wouldn't really make sense. Like, you still gotta prove to the world that your videos are as good as me and Swack both think they are. Actually, I don't think Swack has seen any of your videos, but
That's
Swack
fine,
like
yeah.
personalities. So
I
yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Also, do you have any of the wheat? Like you?
Oh, I turned it all into bread, but I'm in the okay. I will give you some. Yeah, yeah. Whoops. I just came
From
in and
my
I used your
farm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in a very
You
hard to
took
get to
my
spot
wheat?
right now.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm coming to an easier spot to get to. I'll come to the surface. It'll just take a second.
You don't need to go that far. I'm at bedrock level right now. So
Oh, bedrock.
I need to
level.
rise
Okay.
up. What is your
Oh,
definition
you went
of
down
small
you went
YouTube?
down the spiral staircase.
Not quite. Okay. Yeah, I'm now above you. Go back
Trying
up
to
the
come
spiral.
to you.
Go back up the spiral.
Okay, I'm going back up the spiral staircase.
I have seen one Sapla video, and it was the last seconds of 18 I remember liking. I am back in the farm area. Nice. Okay. Here you go. I'll split half of the.
All right, I'll take that. Half the proceeds.
Okay.
'Cause, my farm, but your bone meal.
Yeah, exactly.
good.
Yeah. I had to
Oh,
fight
putting
for
some
that.
carrots here is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this one into carrots. Oh wait, I'm out of carrots. Okay, it's fine.
You know, this is the wildest thing to me. Bartering, like or haggling for prices. Normally, it's
Yeah.
something you don't see in our economy, right?
That's true.
But I
yeah.
recently went to a coin shop. I love history. I love
Okay.
buying old coins. And I went to a coin shop for the first time this summer, and the guy there, his name is Rob. We were talking about like what we're gonna buy and sell, and he has prices on all the coins. So I thought like that's like the
Yeah.
only price you can get on it. But like towards the end of the conversation, he's like, okay, so what would you like to propose? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like what are you willing to pay for this? I'm like, what? You can haggle in our economy? It blew my ever loving mind.
Oh, it's
and
funny.
but I love going back to that shop, and now I understand it a little bit better. Usually I don't even need to haggle though. He's really good with his prices.
I got really into collecting Lego because I really like
Ooh.
Lego. I'm a big Lego
Unique
fan.
pieces or sets?
Just sets. I really like old 2008, 2005, like Lego Star
The Indiana
Wars,
Jones
pretty much.
sets, the Mars mission sets.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love those
yeah.
ones.
I really like Lego Star Wars primarily though, but
Those ones were good.
Those they're some of my favorite Lego sets, and it's like I think they peaked. Lego Star Wars peaked. Like the rest of Lego kept evolving, but Lego Star Wars peaked like in 2005. Like they've only gotten worse
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Like I think the city things that they're
shit.
doing now, those are really cool. I think one problem with Lego though is it has too many specialized pieces now.
Maybe I don't know. I like those like the sets for adults. It's where it's like there's like a 10,000 like a really high detailed ship or a really high detailed some sort of artistic thing. It's like I like that, but I also think that the prices are ridiculous. But what I would do as
That's
far as
the
the
other thing,
haggling
yeah.
goes is I would buy old used Lego on like a local used site. and I would send an email to every single one, undercutting their price by like 50 to 60%, being like, if no one else will take this, I will buy this for $10 instead of like 70 as they put, you know? And it's like surprisingly enough, like you'll either get people who like will send an email that's basically just them like going like ha ha ha, like get at you, laughing at you basically for like suggesting such a low price. They'll be like, I won't even go below $200, and I'm like asking for like $50, and then they or I'll get like somebody who is selling something that's actually like valuable, and then they'll be like, yeah, so $5 is fine.
Yeah, they just want to get rid of the thing. They don't want to have to haggle.
I
They
got
just like get it
70 pounds of Lego for $150.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was like the greatest deal. He thought I came to buy the minifigures for $100, and then instead I was like, no, I was talking about that, and he double checked it, and he went, oh, and then he's like, okay, well, here you go. So it's just like not only did he plan on selling it to somebody else, he was just fine with giving me 70 pounds of Lego.
He was planning on giving it to someone else?
I don't know if he was, but he's planning on selling it. You know, you didn't think I was there to buy that. You thought I was buying something different, and it's like, no, I was there.
Was that an in-person trade?
Yeah,
or
it was in
like...
person. He was just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Where do you go to for that?
Just the locally. Like, it's like there's a website where people sell used stuff specific to my, like, where I live.
Is that Craigslist?
No, it's not even Craigslist. It's called like the name of the city I live in, and then.
Oh yeah, you don't want to say that. I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I basically could, but you know, I'm not.
It's Boston. It's Boston.
Yeah,
I know it is.
You can just watch one of my videos and figure it out. Like I have a whole video where I did one in my city. You could figure it out in like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, but I gotta become one of those tracker dudes.
You gotta put work in, all right? If you're gonna find out where I live, you better put some goddamn work in, all right? I don't want it like accessible and confirmed by my mouth to the normies, all right? Get on that obsessive fan shit and figure it out.
You're right. You're right.
But
I feel the same way about some things too. I'm like, yeah, you ought to like put work in if you want to find this thing out about me.
Exactly. It's like I sure I could tell you, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But it basically just like I send them. It's just like a place where you can get the email someone who's selling something, right? And then you talk to them off the site via email. But it's like only used in my city too. It's really weird because like they have versions for other cities, but they're not used. It's only this one, and it's like used by all the people who would sell something old that's valuable for like $7 because they don't care. They're just where the old people go to put things. Like you go on eBay or Craigslist, like someone's trying to make a profit. They know the value of what they're selling. You go on that site, they're just like clearing out their stuff because they're all old and about to die. You know, it's like nobody cares what's actually worth.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a lot of really cool stuff for really, really cheap. But it's like funny because I just haggle via email, and it's like it's always cringe a little bit because I always feel bad, like you know, like I'm just like, can I get this for less money, you know, because I don't have the budget. Because if I had the budget,
in person it feels weird, but
dude,
it feels different in person.
Oh yeah, totally. In person, it's like I could do it, but it's like for me, I would just not buy it, you know. But if it's an email, I can write up a really polite email being like, if you can't find anyone else to sell it and you really want to let it go, I'm gonna take it for this much, and it's like. I know that site is the purpose of it is people to clean out their living rooms, right? And it's like I just do that. Charisma stat helps getting lower prices from vendors. All about the build, man. That's kind of true. Yeah, I'm somebody like I think I have like high charisma, I think, but I have like a problem with the word no. I don't like getting refused, so it's like I'd rather get refused by email than in person.
Oh wait, I'm going back into the chat and seeing what Jope said. He said, I never got to experience being a small YouTube channel. And I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But I think, Jopes, you just happen to be naturally gifted at what you're doing, I think. Like, I saw some of your earlier videos, and you embody this one trait that I love about something Technoblade said. Technoblade said, you could either start making YouTube videos now and be good in 3 years, when your voice drops, or you could start now and you'll be good when your voice drops. And you literally did that.
Yeah.
Like Jopes, you embodied what Technoblade said. You started making videos at a very young age when most people wouldn't take you seriously, but you made your videos so well, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and even if you didn't do a good job, it's like you're just gonna learn later. You know, like get that knowledge in earlier. That's always better to do it young. Start young.
When you're young. I mean, of course, that's kind of a side of the point. Like, is it good to go through the small YouTuber phase? I think yes, to keep you humble, But
Yeah.
you seem like a really down-to-earth person, Jopes. I don't think you have a problem. Just don't let YouTube
Yeah.
go, like, don't let your ego get inflated.
Just don't start
Like
thinking you're all that,
mine.
you know?
Yeah, don't let it be inflated like mine,
Yeah.
where I think I'm the best person in the world, and I
Don't.
just happen to waste a few hours of my day with this nobody
Yeah,
YouTuber named
exactly. Yeah.
Saplo.
Don't start thinking you're on my level. Yeah, you gotta
Exactly,
calm
yeah.
down a little bit. Yeah, as long as you don't get that far. Don't be like Sneeko. Yeah, exactly. Don't be like Sneeko.
Yeah.
Or Snako.
I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if I should be this person or
Start
not,
it.
but
Do it.
I'm gonna do it. It pertains to a conversation in your chat as well
Okay,
with
alright.
Omega Dan Kong. Omega Dan Kong is giving a suggestion of an idea to Jopes here. And
Yes.
I think that there's a place for that, right? Like, hey, I have an idea for your videos. You could use this, right? And but then it elaborate, like he says, you can DM me on Discord if you need some help. I think Dan handled that really well. But I've had some fans who will be like, hey, I have an idea for a video, and I'm like, oh, it's a decent idea for a video, and they're like, yeah, you should really DM me about this.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna help you with it. And I'm like, whoa, slow
Yeah,
down, buddy.
They get too.
Dan is clearly more down to earth than that, and is just like helping out. But when people do that, I get a little bit miffed.
No, I agree. That's like awkward. You know, when
Have you ever had that?
I haven't had that with like I've had that with where people give me like servers to go over, and it's like I am, you know, very tired of Minecraft servers, honestly. Like the search and the documentation, like I burnt myself out hard. But I burnt myself out hard with that, and so I don't really like, I'm not interested in it as much as I used to. But people will DM me about servers or about their server that's like old, and it's like usually it's not old enough for me to care, you know, that much.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't want to say no, and it's also, it's like even if it is old enough, I have to like do research now.
Yes,
like,
it's asking for more work.
it's like this is work, and I know I'm probably not even gonna make a video about it because I'm so done. I already did hundreds of hours of research, and I'm already like so burnt out on the topic of that I would have made like 10,000 videos by now if I cared enough, you know. And it's like,
Yes. Because I mean, your
yeah.
videos were incredible, like, and everybody loved them. But like, you're just like moving on to new things.
Yeah, it's just like I really
Naturally.
I'm really Minecrafted out, especially on the server thing. And it's like I have one more in the chamber, and then that should probably solve that issue, where I'll have a new issue where people will like talk to me. Maybe it won't even be an issue, but people will just, I want to make it so people submit their own servers to the Discord to be categorized. But not but I don't have to do much research about it. They already put the research in. So I'm working on like an idea. I already have an idea for how to fix that. It's basically, I just have to finish that video. I don't know why. It's like so annoying. What's going on? I just joined. Welcome, Cat Robert. Talking to the Bread Pirate today. We are just doing some Minecraft and chilling and doing a Q&A type stuff, I guess. Nothing big. Just having a good time. The thing about the whole small YouTuber thing is that I miss the opportunity to experiment. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Sabu, you should make a video about the history of kombucha. Don't worry, I'll DM you my sources. Okay. look, man. If you want, nah, I got you. Yeah, absolutely. Do that to me. Force me to make a video. Then I'll upload. Here's this. I'll do that if you edit it for me. That should be my new response to people. I'll be like, yeah, if you edit it for me, I'll do it. Somebody would probably do that too. I lied. I have no sources. I made them the fuck up. I love that. That's one of my favorite memes. Just like, what are your sources? I made them up. They're not real. There are no sources. That's the most chat energy, to just lie. There's something about just brazenly lying about something that I do respect. Though I shouldn't. Trust me, bro. Like, yeah, like just the sheer willpower that you like, sheer like charisma. That's charisma maxing. That's what lying is. It's just charisma maxing. Like if you can convince somebody you're right when you're very much not, that's a skill. That takes effort. That takes points on your charisma stat.
That's awful. My mic is not working right now.
Okay. I was wondering why you went so silent.
Oh, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, he's talking about the Senator Armstrong meme I love. I need to get this fixed. Webcam. I freaking loved that video. Just the Senator Armstrong garbage he's spewing out. Like that's one of my favorite memes of all time. I use it in my channel all the time.
I didn't know it was Senator Armstrong. I literally like.
Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Revenge.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah. I want to play that game. That's one of those games.
I'm gonna try and figure out my mic problem while I'm using my webcam.
just departed back to 2010. I think there's an art in having a shitty microphone and making videos in low quality. Like,
yes.
I would say before Too Mad fell off, he mastered that, where he had like, he knew exactly, like when he made that like meme that made him really famous, the like "Goodnight Girl," he knew exactly what microphone he needed to record that.
Okay, I think it's good now.
Oh, it's good now, yeah.
Okay, cool. Like, that was weird. I might need to replace my microphone soon if it does that anymore.
What do you have? What are you using?
A Blue Snowball microphone.
Those are actually seem like really good. The Snowball ones, not the Yetis.
They're really.
The
I'm not gonna get a different mic. I think I'm just gonna get another Blue Snowball or a Yeti. I might just because those two are phenomenal.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Snowball was such a good audio for what it is. Cause like the Yeti is actually terrible. I think it generally sounds really bad. But the
really.
I have like a professional microphone, I guess. I don't know. I got it because I was working on doing voice stuff for a while, and I was like, I'll get a good thing. I had the guy who made the Burger King ads in Denmark, allegedly. That's what he told me. He recommended me this microphone, and it has served me good ever since I got it.
Wow. Yeah, I've been using this one for 6 or 7 years now. It's like on the cusp of those. And I dropped my mic into a bowl of cereal the first week I had it, and it still works fine.
Yeah, this is one thing that like Gokanaru, he makes videos, and he absolutely destroys his microphone like on multiple occasions. Like he covers it in crap and all that, and it's to this day. I think he's probably used it since the start of his channel, right? So like 12 years or whatever. Like shit's just been continuing along and still works, even though it's got like, it's got so much crap like plastered onto it, but it still sounds like okay. But it's not great because it's a Yeti one. It's they have a weird peaking problem, but like,
I'm pretty good with my Snowball. Then I might just get another Snowball if the fire is being weird.
Or it's not even that. It's like, I don't know, something about it. It's like I just maybe it's just because his settings on it are not good. I don't know, but
the Yeti.
You're
talking about the Yeti. Yeah.
The Yeti, but the Blue Snowball. My cousin uses it for his videos, and it always sounds really good. I'm always surprised because I've always had like before I got this mic, I always had a problem with like crappy audio, and it always sounded like I always sounded bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up? I could never figure out like a budget solution, but I guess that one is actually the budget solution.
Yeah. Also, I know this is weird because like I left for a minute, but could I go back to that conversation about what do you do when somebody wants to do a quote unquote like not collab but collab with you? Mm-hmm. One of the solutions I found is that if somebody says like, "Hey, you should make a video about this thing. You'd be really good at it, and I can help you," I'll just tell them, "Actually, you should make that a video. You'd be really good at that. Have fun."
That's true too, because they could make
like
that
you're
video.
encouraging. You're encouraging people to be creators instead of consumers. Mm-hmm. So and like that's a good thing. And also it's like, hey, you think it's so easy? All right, show me.
That, and also like they will make a better video than I would, like because
like,
they care.
You're passionate about the topic, do it.
Yeah, you care more than I would. I barely care about. You just told me about this now. I'm not invested, but they will make it. They're invested. You're invested right now. Make that video. It is actually kind of surprising how few people actually do make that video though. That's like the sad thing about it. It's like when people they don't wanna put that effort in, for some reason.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like you have to go through a bit of boredom to get to the fun part, which is seeing the finished product.
That's true. Yeah, like I have a big problem. I have the time to edit a video and finish it every week. I think I do, or at least every month I have the time for at least one video a month, and I can't even manage that, like because it does drain you. It does take a certain amount of like, not even draining. It just takes a certain amount of focus, and then I have been very scatterbrained as of recent, so it is. It's
good stuff.
It's a thing. It is a thing.
But it's scattered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like having having routine is like the most important possible thing you could ever have, and I only know this because I lack it in my daily life. So it's like
That's such a real feeling.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
because of lack of having it, not because I've ever had it. Just because I know that I don't have it.
I need to use that someday. Sometimes people are like, wow, how can you talk about such a subject when you've never experienced it firsthand? It's like, because I know what it's like to not have that thing.
Yeah, exactly. I know the lack of because you can define a term by pointing at what it's not, right? So you can define a good experience by pointing at what it isn't, you know?
That's such a good point. Yeah.
So it's like, actually, I am qualified to speak on this because I have suffered the consequences of bad decision making.
It is starting to get pretty late, though. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep going.
Don't worry about it, man. Honestly, we can just go. We can end whenever. It's all good.
/ leaves Discord call without any warning.
Yeah, dude,
No
I'd
goodbye.
feel bad. I'd be like, did I upset him? Does he hate me now? It's like, no, he just fell asleep on the micro. Like, fell asleep. Just,
Unironically, me. Oh, you go.
it's past a certain amount of time for you, instantly falls asleep. It's just like you can't control it. You just fall out.
Yeah, so with that, yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like, unironically, me and my friend have been trying to figure out how to fix our sleep schedules. And one of our solutions was, well, let's just say like anytime we're on the computer after a certain point, we just log off without telling anybody. And eventually people will catch on, but it'll like really mess with them for a while. It'll be great.
Yeah, what is there any last minute like topics of yours that like you don't normally get a chance to talk about, like in an interview podcast or whatever setting, or just generally that you want to discuss? Like we could do that now, like on live. Is there anything
gosh.
that you're like, this I want to say something, I just don't have the format. Now is the perfect time to do it, that kind of thing.
It's the dream that everybody has, an open-ended question where you can talk about whatever you want, but you're never prepared for it when the time comes.
Yeah.
I've done interviews for a long time with people, where I'm the interviewer, and I give the questions to people. When I was at college, I did it for all my projects. When I was reporting for a newspaper at the college, I did that. When I make videos about old topics, I have to interview people who were there at the time. And even just recently, that video project that I was talking about a few hours ago, that was like massive, and I interviewed some ex-Nintendo employees for it. Like, it's always me giving the interview. But when I ask this question, they never have anything else to say, and I'm now realizing in this moment why. Because, like, what is there to say, right? I'm not the one guiding the conversation, that's you. And if the conversation does not naturally guide to another question or another thing that needs clarification, then it's kind of hard to think, like, what could I say that would add to people's lives?
I would say it's like Netflix homepage syndrome. There's simply too many answers to that question for you to pick one, almost, or to even material. You don't even know where to begin thinking. Like, I think I could make that question infinitely better if I just, or easier to answer if I just added like a single qualification to it. Like, I could
about
add Zelda, or I could add like a topic relating to video editing, or community building projects, or like
oh my gosh,
your real life or something.
It's like a homework assignment. This is so true. Like in high school, when you get a homework assignment and it's write like a 50-page, not 50, like 100-word essay on anything you want, you freeze up a little bit. You're like, I don't know what to do for this. But then if you hear it's like, oh, about communism and its effects on the economy. It's like, okay, I could do that, right? We just read a book about it or something.
Yeah, like there's no source material. You like have to begin the process of coming up with the source material. Like I've had that issue with like even just coming up with like having a video and starting. It's like I know the video I want to do, but it's like, do I know the process in which I need to start that? Like like start the making of the video. It's like not really, not actually.
I guess there's one thing I could say. Talk about how important moms are. That's a good point. My mom is incredibly important to my life. I love her.
It's true. They're important.
Helped me through a lot of things. She's my therapist, and I am equally hers as of late. But
Wonderful.
The Zelda timeline, I don't think I believe in a canon anymore.
Really?
I don't believe there's a Zelda. I don't think there is such thing as canon in the Zelda series, and I'm starting to shift what I think the definition of canon is. This might be an interesting topic for a minute.
Okay.
So what is canon? What does it mean? What do you think, Sapla?
I'm thinking it's the story that is canonically true. So it's like it's the
Whoa,
story that
whoa!
is.
You used the word
I did
canon.
use the I used the definition in the definition. You can't do that. So when I think of like something that's canonically true as opposed to something that's true to the story, it's like the main story. It's the official events that officially happen and matter to future events, I guess, that either haven't happened or happen in an installment that exists in like the future in that story area. Yeah.
That's a way more in-depth definition than I've ever heard, but I think it works phenomenally for this situation. So it's like it's a story event that is approved or is official in the eyes of the company as they're making future stories.
Or
this is going to tie in.
Probably.
Creator, yeah, like a creator who's making a story. Like this is an important part, and this is how you're meant to see the story fitting together.
Yeah.
Right. Well, for the Zelda series, I don't think that fits. Because they're making games and then they fit them in afterwards and don't really pay much heed to how the story is meant to be strung together. It's just, oh, this is a fun game, and it probably could go there on the timeline. So I don't think they're
Zelda games.
And the developers have
design first, story second. Is that
very much so? They're the definition of that. They basically defined the genre right behind Mario, because Miyamoto made both of them.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Zelda series has never had a very easy to understand timeline. It actually has 3 branches right now. The official one does. Based off of the decisions you make in the games, they say, "Oh, this changed the timeline." But it's very messy and there's a lot of inconsistencies with it. So I don't think that the Zelda series has an official timeline, because the timeline that they use was never intended to be tied together. None of the games were. And as they make more games, they clearly do not care about fitting them together in a way that is lore sensitive. They just want to make fun games.
So
and I think that it's more important to just make your own interpretation and have fun with it. Like literally turning the theory crafting into your own expression of the series.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Like it's like the individual games have a timeline though, right? Like,
yeah.
Like does like Zelda that is like a direct sequel, like there's the Ocarina of Time. No wait, no. What's the Breath of the Wild?
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Yeah, like
that's a sequel.
Yeah,
that's a direct sequel. Yeah,
those two would have a canonical story between the two of those games, right? But does that story canonically have a connection to
Zelda 1 or Zelda 2?
Or
no.
These current ones or whatever? Like
yeah, it's like Zelda for the NES doesn't have a clear connection to the game before it, and A Link to the Past doesn't have a clear connection to the game before that. They basically created lore to fit the purpose of each individual game without thinking how it ties together.
So there's there is no main canon then, pretty much. Right?
Fans argue about that. Like they say like, oh, this is a part of the canon, so you can't believe it another way. And I think that we need to get over that mentality and just say like, no, let people think how they want to, because it's a fictional video game series. And if canon means that it's an approved story, this is the TLDR. Canon is something that is approved by the creators of the story. But Nintendo does not use their own story. So it's clearly not approved.
Yeah, it's just like general knowledge or something.
It's just, it's more like a template. It's a template for making your own ideas.
It's like almost like a floating, no, not a floating timeline. That's what The Simpsons have.
They have a floating, wait, can you describe this to me?
Okay,
like
so yeah, I'm just, there's this guy, I think it's like Slim Jims or something like that, who does videos about Simpsons stuff or something like that, and he described it as The Simpsons has a floating canon in which the age of the characters and the timeline events gets like floated further and further into the future, and so they'll do videos that essentially like retcon their backstories to like the modern day instead of being out of date. So like I think Homer Simpson back in the day, you know, he was like we grew up in like the 60s and 50s or whatever, right? Like
yeah,
that was his childhood, was like the 60s or whatever. And then, you know, because it was started in the 90s, right? So it's like he grew up in the 60s, but then as time goes on, now he grew up in like the 90s, I think, is the new canonical floating, because they floated him forward. Well, I mean, they've done multiple episodes over the time, and it slowly moves them forward and more, so that they can remain the archetypical family people of the day, I guess. sort of is the idea. I don't think it works that
Yeah.
well, but they float the
Well, no, no,
timeline
no, no, no.
forward.
This makes sense. This makes sense because it's not really meant to be a timeline that, like, The Simpsons was never meant to be an intricate timeline. It was just
Yeah.
meant to be fun individual
Yeah.
stories about a typical American family. So if we
Yeah.
want to try and make a timeline for that, but we're gonna have limitations. But this is the best explanation for it.
It makes sense, but the only problem is when they float the timeline backstories, but they don't change the family. So it's like, you know, as time has gone on, like the typical family home situation, right, is like slowly that's like disappearing. We have like the what is it, the back in the day, like Homer's family was like a poor family. They were not wealthy. Nowadays, they have like a, you know, a full house. They have like a million, you know, they got like money, you know, like that's the sign of wealth. What they have, you know, they're, even though he like, or like having a consistent job or whatever at
My phone
the
is going
plant.
off.
Oop.
Oh, my sister's calling. Oh, okay, that's cool. Wait, 1 moment. I'm just gonna
All
like.
good, all good.
Sister, I must depart from this conversation at once. I am in the middle of a live stream. Can you call me in like 10 minutes?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. See you in a second.
Actually, I would say the floating timeline is not affected by inflation, even though it should be. I think that's
It's
the real
not?
one. It's not. Oliver King, Homer Simpson pilled. Yo, what's up, Oliver King? What's up? I like that guy's videos.
Oh, Jobs makes a good point about the Zelda series too.
Mm-hmm.
It's that the series is meant to be a retelling of the same story. That is a very popular theory from back in the early 2000s in the Zelda community, that it's a retelling of the same story over and over again. But
Oh.
after they made the Zelda timeline, everybody gave up on that theory because they thought, no, Nintendo said that they're all like a part of like separate stories that are tied together.
Yeah.
But now that there's this kind of fight against the timeline, I think that will start reappearing more, Jobs, your theory that you just proposed.
Yeah, I think it's.
There also was a huge debate. Like, this is really fun. Like, the history of timeline theory in the Zelda community. For a while, people believed that there was a single timeline that did not split until Nintendo confirmed otherwise. And then some people thought there was a cycle timeline where it goes in a circle and it keeps happening in on itself, like it repeats. The Zelda
Yeah, like
community's
a
crazy,
loop.
man.
Dude, I like
Yeah,
I
like a loop.
fan theories. I think that's a fun. That's like a fun thing for the community to do. But I do think that it is like, I don't think that Nintendo should like really take from that idea. You know, like I don't think they. Like, I like the idea that Nintendo just has their own timeline, doesn't even use it. But at the same time, it's like, I think it's kind of important for the creators to not take too much inspiration from the fans. Otherwise, I think you get like a FNAF lore filling in the details of what Matt Pat said. You know, like it's just like combining to just do what the fan is saying, and the fans are kind of almost writing it. It's like I don't know. It feels.
There's actually some really interesting conundrums that happened with the FNAF community, where Matt Pat got the theory right, and then the creator Scott Coffin had to undo all the theory work he had done because the community was not happy with the answer. Would not be happy with the answer. Do you know about this?
I'm not super familiar with it. I just know that there's
made
like sort of allegations of that or something.
He made this theory very recently, the video more recently, where the FNAF community was being toxic, and he basically sat down and said, listen, you guys are being toxic, and not only that, but you've always been toxic, and you need to stop. And he said, listen, so when we originally were doing theory crafting, it was very clear that all these games are the dreams of a child in the 80s who got injured in a claw machine, and he's going to die at the end of the timeline. That was what he concluded. And Scott Kaufman kept alluding that like he's going to reveal what happened eventually. Then after that video, everybody blew up and said, no, Matt Pat, you're crazy. That can't be it. We don't believe it. In fact, you're like a terrible person for coming up with this theory. Like they took it totally out of proproportion. So Scott,
it was like all
after that video,
because nobody likes just all a dream endings.
Exactly. So Scott, even though that was clearly his intention, undid his conclusion, and basically he announced like, you know what, I was gonna reveal the secret, but I'm not gonna do it anymore, and then just kept making more games that tried to explain things in a different way, which made it more confusing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what
kinda
happens when you
sad
appease the
almost.
fans.
Yeah, that is, because it's like his original vision didn't get to go through fruition because Matt Pat too smart. Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, the Zelda community is not like that, actually. There is a timeline that has the footnote at the bottom. Hey, you can come up with your own theories if you want. We're okay with that. But Zelda fans are still very intent on just following the canon timeline. Canon is what matters.
Yeah. I don't know. The canon idea, I like that. I think I like canon if it's something the creator is invested in, you know? But like something even like Star Wars like has a canon and then not canon, and then they had a whole problem where they had to write off all of the extended lore stuff because
ooh, yeah, that was bad with the legends.
Yeah, they had to get rid of all of that, and I'm like, I didn't know if I liked that too much because they built up too much canon, and then everyone wouldn't have been happy with the new movies. But at the same time, it's like that's also where they got really bad after that because it wasn't even George Lucas was fine with that, and then it's like. After he sold it, instantly Disney's like, we got to remove all this shit, and then it's like there's no creator vision behind it anymore. Almost, it's like too scattered now.
That's an extreme example, but it's so accurate.
Yeah.
That's why canon is messy. Honestly, I think we should stop using the word canon. Canon is a Bible term from the Catholic Church. Like, let's be real.
Because it's like what's like biblically accurate.
Yeah, like canon is a word that like. For the 66 books of the Bible is used to describe which ones are considered real books of the Bible. And then if something is not, then it's like, okay, you can read that, but it's not accurate.
Oh, that makes so much more sense for the like comparisons, because I guess it's like the original stuff's the Bible, right? And all the sequels have to be in line with what happened. Are there plot holes in the Bible? I wonder. That would be a fun video.
There are obvious. Yeah, the Bible is an old book that was written over the course of 2,000 years, so translation errors are constantly an issue. I do a lot of studying of this as a Christian myself. So like there are moments where it's like that looks like a plot hole, but then like you look into the history and it's like, oh, never mind, that wasn't a plot hole. We just are like modern day readers and didn't understand what was happening there.
The plot hole in the Bible. Like if there was a plot hole, who cares? God be like, fuck you.
That's a surprisingly accurate statement.
I feel like God could just be like, he gets to have plot holes, dude. He just gets to have plot holes. It's like, you don't criticize. He wrote criticize his story, dude.
Yeah, but I think it's important to be critical of it and also say like, hey, like this doesn't line up. How do we like interpret this? Like if you're a Christian, that's a big deal. Like you got to figure out like how do you interpret the Bible. Swag is actually way more knowledgeable in this than me. He knows this stuff like the back of his hand.
And
yeah, what Swag just said.
That's funny.
But it's a huge conversation. I couldn't get into it right now.
No, that's totally fair. That's just.
It's also an incredibly controversial one because some Christians believe that it's all right if there's a little bit of inaccuracy in the Bible. Others believe that it must be completely without error, and that's a huge debate. And I'm actually on the less popular side of the debate. I think that it's all right if there's a little bit of inaccuracy in the Bible. It's still a valuable book, but also I don't think that your viewers care too much.
I don't know. I feel like it's just interesting because it is like. When you have stories like that, it's like, at the end of the day, it is like kind of art. Actually, here's something I have a question. So, do you the Bible is written by humans, right? It's not written by God. So you could. Okay, how about now?
Oh, you're back.
Did the stream did not go down, did it? Is the stream
like
up?
how the Bible, right? Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Okay. Because I had to switch to a different Wi-Fi, so there might be some problems right now. I don't know. Okay. Because I think it's fine. Down for a min, but it's fine now. Is it back up? I think it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's back
now.
up, and we're gonna keep talking. I think it's fine. It better be. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm just gonna go to my YouTube channel real quick. Oh yeah. It seems fine. It better be hold on. Okay, yeah, it's up. It's still up. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
So the Bible was written by people. That's like a heavily.
Yeah.
You go.
It's written by people.
You're the interviewer.
Yeah. Well, no. I was just asking. Like, it's written by people, and if it's written by people, you have the human error aspect of it. And then it's like you can take into account to like write off, like I guess you could say, a lot of the plot holes of it. But then there's also the interpretation of. Like, how much of it can you even believe because it's been warped by humans? You know what I mean? Like, how true can it be? You know,
Yeah,
if
that's a huge
yeah, I don't know.
that's a huge debate, right? Especially right now in modern Christianity, because you have like the left and the right, and they're both very on different sides of like, hey, how much should we accept
Yeah.
of the Bible as being like 100% accurate? For me, I mostly focus on like the historic details of like,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
they like said the wrong number of years here. This is not right. Like, but that's okay because it doesn't like deal with the theology of like how do
It's
you
not
live your
canon.
life. Because
There's canon.
yeah, not canon. Yeah, like there's this. I just was reading this funny section of the Bible about Saul, one of the kings. Oh, one moment, I gotta mute my mic.
I'll go. Saul. I feel like I've heard that. Saul? King's. Is it Saul as in King Solomon?
Oh, okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, my mom walked into the room and just was like, "You gave me banana pepper. You're on the stream. You gotta be quiet." Oh,
It's okay.
I got mail as well. Oh.
Mail. You got your
I'm gonna
tax
call her in a
bills.
bit. Don't you worry. I don't know what this is. Shimon Kana. Oh, it's my checking account. Like I just got
Yeah,
my
You
checkbook.
got your
mail.
checkbook. Nice.
Yo, what was I just talking about?
Saul, King Saul.
Saul. There was a guy named King Saul in the Bible. He was the first king of Israel, and when it talks about his reign, there it says he reigned for like 2 days and was like three years old or something like. And it's like, okay, whoa, something got messed up there. And they're like, in some version of the Bible, it'll just like put dashes there because it's like we only have part of the number.
Oh.
That stuff happened because of
reigned
just
for
poor translation, or we weren't able to copy it over, or Saul was a pretty bad guy. It might have been that they warped the information on him because they didn't like him. And in some ways, I think that gives the book more credence because even though it has all these human errors, the message that it tries to get across ends up actually carrying really well. Right? About loving others, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, and while following God. Like it's just like it all comes back to that. So I have a lot of faith in the way it was written. I think it was really well done.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously not everybody agrees on that, even within the Christian community, on like how it should be interpreted. And Swag, I'm sure Swag is cringing a little bit at what I'm saying. He's like, no, you're forgetting like this one argument from like Aquinas, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. I can't remember everything. I'm very much human.
I think it's interesting because it's like I've got a friend of mine and his dad's like a pastor and stuff, and like he's got all these. He tells me about like the stuff that his dad tells him about like what he's been reading in the Bible recently, and apparently some of it gets pretty hardcore, depending on like.
It is very hardcore.
Yeah, like New or Old Testament and all that stuff. It's like, I just like something makes me almost like want to read it, but at the same time, I'm like I think it's one of those ones where it's a little too old for me, you know, too out there right now. For me to
it's definitely one of those moments where you have to tolerate the boredom to get to the juicy stuff. And like I'm a historian, so like I love it. I love analyzing that stuff, and for some people it's much harder. Oh wow, Swag agrees with me on my views on inerrancy. It's cool. We could be heretical together. This will be great. No, I think it's definitely a younger person view to be like, yeah, there's inerrancies in the Bible. Like, sorry, there are errors in the Bible, but it's cool. And older people are more like, no, it's perfect.
Yeah,
and that's like the whole debate of like, is the world 6,000 years old or is it billions of years old?
Yeah, like the youth versus the
young Earth creation versus old Earth creationism, which causes even more debate. Has it always been snowy at Spawn? I'm just wondering, like, this feels new.
No, this is new because there was an update that changed it, and then like it just changed the biome. Made it into snow, I think.
I
think that's what happened because I remember there not being this much ice here. It's kind of a problem, honestly.
It is. I'm trying to like get rid of the snow, and I'm like, wait, it's just coming back. This isn't normal. What's happening?
Yeah. Welcome to actual biomes
fine.
Instead of like a stagnant world. Dude, the
so
tundra,
0 is in snow.
Tundra, like the tundra seed for alpha worlds is one of the coolest vibes I think that exists. It's like new but old at the same time because it's like when you get that like negative seed number in old alpha versions of Minecraft, you get that entire snow world if you get a negative seed. And that's what this started on.
Whoa.
So you get like all of the alpha like, you know, textures and
wait, so the entire world is snow?
All of the alpha throughout all of alpha until they added biomes. The entire world was snow. Yeah.
Oh,
Every
wait,
generated
the
thing.
entire world is snow, all or nothing. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and it was like that was the generation. So all of the alpha generations, easy to tell because it's entirely coated in snow where there shouldn't be snow, and everything's frozen like ice where there shouldn't be frozen.
Wow.
And that's why, like, and it's super cool because it's like nostalgic, but it's not the nostalgic you're used to because it's like, it's such a rare thing. There's not a lot of videos covering the tundra alpha biome.
There is so little. Yeah, there's weirdly little documentation on the time period and what it was like.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, because I think it just happened so fast, and it was just on the dawn of the internet, right? So no YouTubers to really do stuff. Only
Well,
like, children.
Minecraft existed in 2011, right?
2009.
2009. YouTube had been around for 2 years. No,
That's true, but it's like
2.5 years.
YouTubers, right? Like they're not
Ah,
YouTube. It's like
I see what you're saying.
back
Yeah,
then. It's like
yeah.
most people using it. They like nobody knew how to record their screen. Like, you know, like I was still like recording my own computer with a camera to get videos, you know, because it's like I didn't know
Yeah.
that you could get like like well, they had to use Fraps, like that was the number one.
Oh my
before
gosh.
OBS, and it's like
And yet they had that stupid watermark. Yeah.
and every single like cam recording software was like terrible too, and like nobody's computer could handle anything because they're all trash computers right back then, and it's like
I remember that era. That was a hard era to be a YouTuber in. My video quality. I did get a capture card, a $30 capture card called a Pinnacle. No, what was it called? I think it was Pinnacle Studio is the company that made it. But it was only able to record in 480p. 90. It was very bad. It was very grainy.
Dude, you could become famous. Do you know? Have you heard of Dark Side Phil? Like that guy just got famous for basically being one of the first people to record YouTube videos, I think, properly, you know, like with good quality. Like something like that, because back then in like 2000 he's like a lolcow now. People like make fun of him because all he does is live stream and beg for donations. Is like entire thing. Apparently his entire.
That's depressing.
It is depressing, yeah.
But yeah, you're saying I could be that? I could just be like really depressing and like.
No, I'm just saying that like back then you could become popular for literally just recording in a higher quality than other people could of a certain game.
Oh yeah.
It's like
it's so wild to look at the early era of YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like wow.
I love chronicling old Zelda videos. This is one of my side hobbies. I look at old videos on YouTube and I try and find ones about Zelda, and I have a running playlist of some of the oldest from 2006 and 7. And literally the only one that ever managed to be successful. And there were two. Well, one of them got 100,000 views because it was a timeline theory video. Go figures. Everybody's still talking about that back then. But the other was MatPat's videos. Because he was the first one to make them
MatPat also
with decent
had
quality.
High quality for the time. Like it's crazy. Like how if you had any production value at all, you were ahead of the game. You know, by like a ton. It is really like back then you were, you know, Windows Movie Maker was the standard. Nowadays it's not the standard. Nowadays DaVinci Resolve is the standard for editing, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like
amongst us it is, but Premiere is still there, right?
Well, no, but it's like for amongst free like children, you know, like amongst young people, DaVinci Resolve is the option because it's as powerful as Premiere, but it's free, right? And it's like when you look up editing videos, best free editing softwares, #1 is like DaVinci Resolve, like every time. So it's like instantly fair. Like when I looked that up, I got like a bunch of paid programs, you know, and I was like, I don't got no money for that. So then I stuck with like Windows Movie Maker, and it's like Windows Movie Maker is not a versatile tool. It is very it's like there is a point where the tool no longer really, like the artist makes the tool and the tool makes the artist or whatever, right? Like in this case it's like
we've gotten beyond that point.
Yeah, now it's like children have the tools to make what I make and what I make better, you know. They have the tools to make film level quality stuff now, right? And so like back then, the best I could do in Windows Movie Maker we could never achieve like what the best like one 15-year-old can do in Blender, you know.
Yeah.
It's like actually crazy.
15. Are you talking about? Are you talking about
Yeah,
the
I'm talking
backgrounds
about
when you said
Kane.
that? Yeah.
Pixels.
I love those videos.
Ah man, something about
Those are so well done. I
that
haven't finished the
guy's
series.
channel makes me salty just because it's like, god damn it, 15, and
Yeah.
he's like surpassed me, and like I may never make something that good, like in my entire life. Blowing $300 on DaVinci Studio was worth it for that one VHS filter.
Dude,
Facts,
I really wish I
facts.
could get the VHS filter. I love it, but it's so hard to get.
It's hard to make like by scratch too. It's like annoying. I remember I did it for a video once, I think. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did it
Why
for
is this so hard?
a vlog I did one time on.
I love that old look.
That old look.
Old video
yeah.
look.
There is something
I
about,
really
like,
want to try and do something stylistic like that with my videos someday, just where I start making them look old, but not necessarily VHS, but maybe like with the color, I could make it look like it's from a 90s tape. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I actually was thinking of like recording my videos on like older like cameras for that vibe. Like if I do a vlog again, because I lost the footage for the Toronto vlog, which sucks, but I do have the footage for another vlog. But it's like if I go into like thinking about actually recording one with some like planning ahead of it, I think I would record it on some really terrible camera. You know, like something that it gives that like old 2000s vibe, because there's something about like.
Wait, my mom is giving me food.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Do you want that one too?
I'll take both. These look incredible. Wow. Hey, can we get like a shout out in the chat for my mom? Like, can we just get like claps in the chat?
Shout out, mom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Making
just
the
like
best
drop
food.
clap.
Shout out, mom, for feeding me for my entire life. Thank you.
My mom is just cool. She's
Yeah.
just cool.
No, that's.
Well,
that's good, though.
I think
that's
gotta
a sign.
call it.
Yeah.
We gotta
That's
call
a
this
sign.
stream eventually.
Time to.
Yeah, my mom
time to
coming in
go.
for the second time is like, yeah, it's time. This has gone on for a very long time, but
No,
man,
this
this
is probably
was a blast.
the
Thanks so much
longest
for having
stream.
me.
It was great. Yeah, I'm glad to have had you on there. Thank you everybody who watched and participated. Same with the SWAC. And
Yes, thank you, Swag, for joining the server.
Yeah. Poor Bread Sister. Bread Sister. That's funny. I like that. All right. Well, thank you everybody.
over it.
And yeah, check out the small channel Bread Pirate. He needs the exposure. I'm kidding.
It took me 9 years to get 100 subscribers. I'm a really small channel.
No, yeah, I just hit 100, and he just hit 126K subs. Okay. He's a small channel.
No, don't say the K. Don't tell them.
I mean, 1.26K. How about that?
There's like a quarter of a person there. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
It's decimal point. But yeah, thank you everybody for checking it out. Hopefully it was entertaining to somebody. Goodbye. I think this is worth the watch for VOD viewer listeners too. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and let me hit the right button that hits the end, because I didn't do that last stream. Where is it? There it is. Goodbye.
Bye.
And it's over.